Sorry I'm late, boys. I just got back from the gym. I tried to rush back. Just smashed legs. Did deadlift and legs today. Had to be done. Super late tonight. All right, sorry I'm late, but we're here now. My laptop's about to die, so that's not bad. Won't be very good, would it? There we go. How are we all feeling? Just give me a minute and I'll drop the link. All right, in the chat. All right, bear with me. Let me just listen. I need to put the monetization on. I ain't letting people watch this and not letting me get. Oh shit, my camera's turned off. There we go. Oh, never mind. Just wait there a minute, guys. I'm trying to fucking sort. Fucking hell. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, we're on. We're on. We won't stand for Volkslander. Look, this isn't me saying this. Some people in my Discord server are saying that Volk is overrated. So I wanted to get your guys' opinions, okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop the link. All right, people can join. Anyone can join, and they can come and talk. I'll also put a poll in. Bear with. Join the panel. There we go. There's the link, everyone. If you want to join the panel, come and join the panel. Weigh in. I'm also going to put a poll up. Is Volk overrated? All right, we have. Because listen, I had some people in my Discord server saying that he's overrated, bro. I want to know. I want to know what people say. I want to know what people think about this. And my camera's turned off again. This is people in the wings waiting. We got Vex. Oh, fucking hell. My fucking camera, bro. Hold on a minute. Let me sort my camera out first. Hold on. We're here to discuss about the files. Yeah, man. Can you believe this was my first camera that I started fucking recording on? Could you believe that shit, bro? Could not be me. Dag MMA thinks Volk is overrated. I don't know who Dag MMA is. No, I'm not sure. Okay, we got some people. I'm going to add them to the stage now. We have Maz, Persian, and Vex. Your device is not connected, so I can't have you in.
Yo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Can I keep the camera off or?
No, yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to force you to show your face if you don't want to.
Oh, thank God! I actually just took a nap and my hair's all just. I just look like shit.
All good. Persian, are you there?
Yeah. Let me start off with saying this before we get into this topic, bro. Last stream I was in, there was a hella dick suck. Let me just call them out real quick because I felt like I was getting fucking gang attacked. Like, what the fuck was this? A bunch of 16-year-olds on burner accounts hiding their face. First one, as you can see, is my profile pic. This is the fucking loser named Bismarck, whatever his name is. I'm not gonna call him ugly, but that's his face. I'm gonna let y'all decide if he's attractive or not. That's the first person. Second, his name is Seymour. I've never heard of a fucking loser ass name called Seymour. What the fuck is that? Second one, his name is Richard. I don't even know who the fuck Richard is. I just know he was talking shit. Fuck you, Richard. Third one, Deli. Your mom's no, I'm not even gonna say his mom. My bad. You're a bitch. Andrew, another fucking loser. JDM by TKO. This dude's a JDM fan. He literally got out. Literally, he was having a close fight with Bilal on the feet. That's embarrassing as fuck. And then he got fucking
what?
Hold on. The list is not over. I already talked about Bismarck. Zapper, you're probably still in school right now. You fucking bitch. Finish your homework and then come talk to me. All right, I'm done. My bad. But yeah.
I don't know why you're getting jumped, bro. I wasn't there for that, but Jesus.
Nah, bro, you don't understand. I was the only it was like a 1v6, bro. I can't fucking let them talk bad about me. But
I agree. Don't let them talk bad about you. But come on, brother. JDM beat the fuck out of Bilal on the field.
No. I know he. No, I wouldn't say he beat the fuck out of him, but it was a close. It was a close. I mean, he was what you call it? He was winning the fight, but it was low key. As
Bilal had moments, but JDM
guys,
clearly won.
Wait. Persian.
Yo,
look who it is.
Yo, Persian.
Who's this?
It's Bismarck.
Bro, come on, bro. You came at me, bro. Just look how you look.
I did not come at you. I didn't even acknowledge you, bro.
Fuck you mean? Yeah. Literally, look at the fucking live comments.
Hey, what's all this slander about JDM?
We don't like JDM slander over here, bro.
I feel like this is round 2, bro. Listen, let me explain.
What did I say?
I don't know who you're beefing with.
Literally,
what did I say?
Leave JDM alone. Leave JDM alone.
This is what you said. You
He's been through enough, man.
Why are you beefing? I didn't even say shit to you,
bro.
I didn't say shit either. I'm just saying leave JDM alone.
Okay,
no, okay.
Persian. Oh my god, let me speak.
All right, let's chill.
Okay, hold on. I wasn't going after JDM. I was
going... let's chill.
Right. Hold on. Boys. Let's keep it parliamentary, okay?
I noticed your beautiful profile picture too. That guy's really
right. Who is right? So just go in. I'm gonna ask each one of you. All right. Hold on a sec. Just bear with me.
I'm gonna
wait a sec, guys.
All right, let's keep it civil while he's going.
Right, I'm gonna ask each one of you, and also Zappa. I see you in the back in the you're waiting. I can only actually have 6 people in at one time.
Zappa, you sit there, fucking bitch. You
so
fucking
as
sit
soon
there
as
while we talk. You fucking
So I will rotate the panel as we go on. So Maz was in first, so he can be the first to leave. Not anytime soon, but yeah, and then we'll just rotate. But I
say, damn, bro.
I want to go. Right, I'm going to ask each one of you about the prompt. Maz, is Volk overrated? Yes or no?
No.
Right, Persian.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of stretch my answer out a little bit. I'm gonna say he's some of his wins, like Yair Rodriguez, like he's not really all that. I say resume wise, he's good, but I don't think he's the best of all time in his division. So I'd say he's one of the best, but he's not.
I'll shut up.
That's blasphemy.
Come on, bro.
All right, good noodle. Yes or no? Is Volk overrated?
Quick little tangent. I'd say he's not overrated. He's the greatest featherweight of all time based on resume and skill, in my opinion. I would say the 3 Holloway wins, the 2 Diego wins. The second fight that wasn't deserved, but I think it will, over time, age really well.
Okay, so we got Maz says he's not overrated. Persian, do you think he is then? Yes or just a yes or no?
A little bit.
Okay. Bismarck.
All right. So this is kind of a complicated answer. I think Volk is like, he's good. He's obviously very skilled. I think his skill set is properly rated. The only thing I had to say, I don't think his resume is that crazy. Like Max is a good win. I think that's his only like really great win. Like Ortega, Yair, TK, these are not like that crazy to me, bro. Like they're solid wins, but like those are like John Jones level wins, bro. Like they're just not that. They're just kind of
John Jones has shit
like
wins.
Yeah, that's
John
why I
Jones
said Max. That's why. Yeah, but so Yair and Ortega suck ass and can't fight.
Yeah,
like, Yair is like
that's
the
better
same
than a bunch of
level
welterweights. People who are 2 weight classes below you.
Okay, but like Yair, like I will concede, like his skill set, I have no issue saying it's like the best ever in that weight class. It's very good, but like
don't compare him to Jones though. He's better all time than Jones.
No, he's not.
Oh, I'm a Jones hater, and I disagree.
I'm not even a Jones glazer. I don't even think Jones is like that good either. But dude, you're really gonna act like fucking Yair isn't just Lyoto Machida, same level of win? Like those guys are like maybe a little worse, honestly. Yair is really not that good. But like Max is probably like
Max
the same level
3
as
times.
DC.
3
I know,
times
but it's the same
guy.
I know it's like a personal thing. It's the same guy 3 times. Like I know he beat him every single time, and Max is really good, but it's still the same guy.
Hold on. So just real quick, Bismarck, yes or no, and then I'll ask Vex. And then what we'll do is every 10 minutes, we'll rotate the panel to let more people in because I know 10-7 wants to come in. We have somebody else that's waiting to come in. So every 10 minutes,
You have to let me and Persian squash the beef, though.
I will remove someone in the panel and then add someone in. And if you want to come back in, you can just rejoin and I'll keep rotating. But just quickly, Bismarck, yes or no? Then we'll ask Vex, and then you guys can yap for 10 minutes or so, and then we'll rotate.
So I would say slightly yes.
Vex, what do you think?
He is not overrated. He is 2 fights from the overall GOAT status.
There we go. Right, so Maz thinks no. Persian thinks a little bit. Noodle thinks no. Bismarck thinks, yeah, he is a little bit. And Vex thinks no. So you guys can just yap. If it gets like too shouty or whatever, I'll intervene. And like I say, we'll rotate every 10 minutes or so. So when the stream gets to, so 10 minutes from now, if you guys want to join, just click the link and we'll rotate. However many people are waiting, we'll just rotate that many people out. So who was it that said Volk is better than Jones?
Me. I think
more of a goat than
he's
Jones.
better. Because I think it's like, I don't count PED cheats, but, I'm not going to assume all of his wins are under PEDs. They could, but he popped for DC, which is his best win in the rematch. And, I think he mentioned something about, oh, well, it's the same guy every time. It's like, yeah, but Jones's best wins are like the same guys every time, which is like, what, DC twice, but really once because he popped in the second fight, and Gustafsson. Those are like his best wins. Yeah, I mean, you could say Cyril Gahn's another good win of his, but I don't know. I think Volk's better. I think his wins are aging better, and he's actually fighting people who are in his weight class. Like, I think you look at Lyoto Machida is a welterweight-sized guy. There's plenty. Rampage Jackson, welterweight-sized guy. I'm pretty sure Anthony, or no, he didn't fight Rumble. Never mind. I was gonna say Rumble though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only people he fought who were actually his size, he had extremely close fights with, and arguably lost to Reyes, who's a guy his size. So I don't know. I mean, I think Volk's better skill-wise, and, I mean, you look at his losses. I think Jones lost to Reyes. That's not a very hot take, right? But so Jones lost to Reyes, who currently was on a resurgence, then got knocked out, and is probably going to get slept by Johnny Walker. He might do. I don't know.
They might
Either
both
way.
get slept, bro. You never know.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Reyes is not that, he's not all that. And I look at the losses of Volkanovski. Volkanovski lost to Ilya Topuria and Islam Makhachev. Those are potentially, Islam, in my opinion, is the GOAT of the sport, right? Ilya is 2 or 3 wins away from being the GOAT of the sport. This is like a 3-way race to see who's the GOAT of the sport. It's who can get those next 2 or 3 legacy defining wins first. I think Islam's already there. I think he only needs 1 win at welterweight, and then it's undeniable.
And also on that, I mean, Volk gave Islam his toughest fight moving up a weight class.
Exactly.
Obviously, not the second fight, but the first one was extremely competitive and close, and that was him going up a weight class. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's kind of impressive. I mean, if he's overrated, to be able to do that to someone like Islam Makhachev, who is probably the GOAT, or if not, will be very soon, I think that's pretty. I don't think you can overrate that. But I know people have a problem with his overall resume because they're going about Yair and
Yair's winning,
and they don't rate Brian Ortega, which I get. He's a bit, Lopez.
I'll
twice,
concede on the
what
Brian
does that do?
Ortega. Oh, Brian Ortega win. I think Ortega's shit, and I think he's pretty good.
The only thing I mean when
win, but
overrated does not mean I think Volk sucks ass and he's shit at fighting. It just means I literally his resume is obviously good. Listen, he is the featherweight GOAT. He's better than Jose Baldo, but I don't think you can even make an argument Jose is the GOAT anymore because he's lost so many times, But
yeah,
thank you.
He is the GOAT of featherweight. That is just clear.
I would say I'd put Holloway over Aldo in terms of
I would too
overall and featherweight greatness, because I don't. It's hard to have somebody above somebody else when they've knocked them out twice. I don't I
and
know
he also just has better
WEC
wins.
But yeah, like everybody, like all the old heads are gonna come after me and be like, "Well, dude, you didn't watch back in the WEC days, man." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, because
but
we're not fucking cavemen.
yeah, like I wasn't
We're not in the fucking
Yeah.
Neolithic era watching this shit on
Yeah.
the caveman walls, bro. Like,
literally like I don't
although,
know.
okay, I
he's
think
good.
Aldo is also kind of overrated. Like, he's literally lost
I
to
agree.
every other featherweight like contention, and I know he was washed at 27 years old. I know that's very tragic that happened.
True. Yep. As soon as he lost to McGregor, washed, bro.
Yeah.
Washed, bro. And nothing counts after that.
Yeah.
So what do you think about like so does anyone think that like Volk isn't the current featherweight GOAT then? Like
You're asking us basically if we're mentally retarded. Like, literally no one.
Yeah,
I'm saying Volk is overrated, and even I'm like, yeah, Volk's clearly the fucking.
if you got Jose Aldo as the featherweight GOAT, you're Brazilian. That's all I'm good. That's all I can say.
You're either Brazilian or your IQ's above fucking 70.
Or you're best friends with Jose, and I wouldn't blame you for it.
Yeah, you're either Brazilian or you haven't watched past like 2013. Like you're just stuck in like 2013 or older.
You had to be in a coma to think that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brazilians, though, I want to go back to Volk's wins aging well. Like, I know Brian Ortega now. Like, I know he's kind of going in and out of the hospital. You know, he's not making 145.
Brian Ortega, I'm gonna say one thing real quick. He has 2 wins in the past like 8 years, bro. Maybe.
Yeah, no, that was where I was getting at. Brian Ortega, I'm gonna look at Tapology right now. Brian Ortega, besides Yair Rodriguez, his last win was fucking Korean Zombie in 2017. Guy,
it was in the fucking COVID apex. I remember watching it.
How is Cody still ranked, bro?
And Lopez, I love Diego Lopez, but if he finds out how to cut off the cage and somehow miraculously that win will age way better. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if he beats Evloev. I think he would beat Sterling. I think he beats Yair. I'd worry about him in a Gene Silva rematch. And this is another thing I want to say for Volk. I think the UFC is doing Volk so dirty because this, like, we all agreed the Diego Lopez rematch was pointless. It could have been either Evloev or Murphy. None of us would have complained. Nobody would have any complaints regardless which undefeated fighter it would have been. And then it would have been
I feel like
maybe
he would have gotten some pushback if it was Evloev because he's a little inactive, but I still think he's done enough to earn it. And
I agree. I agree.
Murphy's right there if people don't like the Evloev.
Everybody would be like, dude, you just pulled out against Aaron Pico and then Murphy just KO'd him. Why are you getting the title fight? Which would be rightful criticism for sure. But he's still an undefeated guy who has a win over Diego Lopez. Granted, it was short notice. And it was the 29-28 domination has got to stop. I just got to say that.
Yeah.
Close 2-1 win is not domination. Like, when people bring up title fights, I'm just ranting out. When people say, oh, they won 3-2 razor close domination. Like, come on, guys. Let's stop. Like Volk dominated Lopez. I would say Volk dominated Lopez.
You know? Like, I like
dominant, but like
3-5 losing streak, to be honest.
To be dominant, it has to have a 10-8 round in it, and I'm not gonna.
Yes,
like, he won every
10-8 round or all 5 rounds, or like 4 out of 5 rounds is literal no debate minimum.
Like, if I can't point to any single point or moment in the fight and been like, oh yeah, Diego had he had some momentum and he had some success brewing, then I'll call it domination. You know.
Right. But no, back to Volk though. No, they're just doing him dirty because I think Volk's properly rated because I think his legacy is just good enough. He's beating Diego Lopez as well at a very old age. Like, I'm sorry, but Max Holloway, I know this is theoretical. I know this is obviously we can't prove nothing, but Max Holloway at 37, I'm fucking terrified for what he's going to look like at 37. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Volkanovski being able to do that to Diego Lopez, I think it is a little bit also on Diego Lopez for not actually improving his skills, but that still also shows how good Volk is to keep it as dominant as he's clearly regressing.
50 minutes in the cage with Lopez and you're not getting knocked out is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, and he got dropped in both fights. Yeah, but especially in the second fight was just a flash knockdown. He propped right back up, and they were like, "Oh, what did he hit me with?" And he's like, "Oh, he didn't hit you with nothing.
You slipped."
Volk is an underrated chin at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's
it's
like
a
chinny.
great chin.
He's chinny, but he's not like chinny. He's like knockdownable. He's not
Yeah,
like
exactly like
It's
people
yeah,
know
he's
how
Volk is
to do
underrated.
that.
chinny,
like
but
Johnny
he's
Walker.
not
He's
chinny.
got some pop.
It's like
He's actually got a little pop in him. He's got a little crack, snapple, and pop.
yeah.
Like he was actually kind of stinging Diego a little bit.
I
know it's
honestly
not like that
think
impressive to hit Diego.
I just need to
His
say this
power is
now.
underrated.
I am terrified if Volk fights Evloev because
Bro, you have nothing to be afraid of. What
Bro,
No,
the
no,
only
no.
reason why
Scramble.
I'm worried is because I watched Arnold Allen get fucking stung by a jab. That's
Arnold
the only
Allen's no
reason.
chin either. He got dropped by Giga Chikadze. What are you talking about?
Dude,
He also
I'm
got
just,
dropped by
bro, I'm
Phil Fist all the
stressing,
way at
bro.
145.
You have nothing, dude. You have nothing to be afraid
I know
of.
he's
Like,
the decision
Lar-
machine.
Lar-
Listen, we don't
Lerone is
we
more
don't like
dangerous.
Evloev. I get it, bro. Listen, I can't tell you how bad I'll be stressing both him versus Evloev and Volk versus Evloev and
Listen,
Volk
I
versus
think
Murphy.
that like
Murphy
I don't.
actually has like a chance to KO him. But like Mobsar, like I know he like dropped Allen with a jab. That was like momentum running it. Volk is not a fucking. No offense, he's not a bog man. He's not a fucking swamp person like Arnold Allen.
Yeah.
Like
Murphy has really good timing.
No disrespect to
Evloev
my
is just
UK
a fucking
brothers.
fluke
No
merchant
disrespect.
with decisions.
because like Lerone is a
Right.
savage. I'm the biggest Lerone Murphy fan there ever was, even though I'm American. Like Lerone is a fucking savage. Like I actually think he has the best chance to beat Volk.
I think
Bro,
I don't think he beats Volk, but I do think he would put up like a close 48-47.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think if anybody's beating Volk, it's gonna be fucking Gene Silva catching him at like 39.
Gene
Bro,
Silva's team's not even
if
that
they
good,
throw
dude.
Volk with Gene Silva next, I'm crashing out.
Yeah.
I think
Right,
Volk would
boys,
probably beat Gene Silva.
Bear with me.
I'm not gonna
Hold on.
lie.
Right. I'm going to rotate the panel now. What I'll do is Mars, Noodle, and is the awesome guy Bismarck.
Yeah, that's me.
Is it-
I turned my camera on
Right.
a second ago.
I'll rotate you guys out because you've talked quite a lot. You can come back in.
Hey,
I wanna
appreciate you having me on, brother.
I'll be
Nice
back.
meet- nice talking to you.
Don't worry.
Nice talking to you guys.
If you guys want to come back in, just like wait in the back and you can come back in. I want to let Persian and Vex stay because they haven't said it an awful lot. And we have two more people waiting in the back.
Yo,
Okay. So
bro,
thank you guys
hold
for.
wait,
Hold on
Thanks
one
for
second.
having me.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
No
yo,
worries, bro.
yo, hold on. Before you fucking change this shit, Bromo, just expect that this fucking loser's gonna start talking crazy. I'm actually trying to debate and just talk about this shit, but I'm just letting you know if he starts talking crazy, I'm trying to do something else. He wants to do something else. If he wants to talk, he can say it to my face. Like I just want to
Who are
debate.
you referring to? Me or the other guy?
Nah, not you. The
Zappa.
dude that
I just want to say one thing real quick. I don't know like what gave you the impression. I was just on the panel, bro.
No, I'm not mad at you. I don't know.
Well, you went to my fucking YouTube channel and like screenshot.
Oh,
a
that's
picture
you.
of me to mi-
Okay,
Yeah.
Bismarck's you, bro. 'cause
Yeah,
you
I had
talking shit.
What was I talking shit about?
Bro, you were literally saying Zapper owns him. Not gonna lie, Persian little guy is mad. What the fuck?
Yeah,
are you
it's a
talking
fucking joke YouTube chat. Grow the fuck up, bro.
about, bro. Well, if you're
Right.
how are you
Right.
coming back at you? Fuck.
Right,
What?
listen,
I'm not. I'm
listen,
just saying you
listen,
care enough to
boys.
go to my YouTube channel to screenshot me. That's all I said.
Boys.
It's not that
Let's-
big a deal, bro.
Right. Come on. We're talking about
Yeah.
Volkanovski. All right. Bismarck, thank you for joining. If you want to come back in, then obviously you can wait in the wings. But we have a few more people in. Okay. And
All right, bro.
thank you for joining. Okay. Sorry, I've got joining. Right, Zappa, you be nice
Yo.
now. You be
I
nice.
will be nice. I want to say one thing.
Hold on.
Nah, fuck
I want to say one thing. Because I was actually planning on being nice. Hold on, Persian. Calm down, buddy. I know you're mad I owned you, but it's okay.
Yeah. Did
You
finish-
say you don't want to talk shit. You're just here to
Did you finish
debate.
the homework? 'Cause
You
still have
wasted
it,
your
right?
time while on the panel. You
Bro,
wasted
shut
your
the
time
fuck
to
up.
come
Ain't
chat
nobody
with me in the
cares what you have
StreamYard
to say.
because you were so pressed. Because you're so
Finish the
scared of me
homework.
joining.
Talk to me.
Buddy,
What are you talking
this
about?
month made you change your PFP in like 2 seconds because how fucking scared you were, buddy. Okay. So I'm
Right.
gonna respect, Bromo, you all right? You're fine. We'll make a
Right, yeah,
Volk, but just no person, I
Right.
own you. You're a bitch. I still own you, and you're a pussy.
Keep talking.
Listen,
Keep
right.
talking, yo.
If Persian and Zappa can't play nice on this panel, okay, because I want to keep it as
No,
chill
be nice. I
as-
see you have a good guest here.
chill as
I
we
see you got
can.
10-7.
So shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
we have 10-7 here. We got I might be wrong.
Mm.
Okay, I want to try and keep it a bit more
Yeah.
like chill
This
and
is a
we'll
horrible
do another
stream, I
rematch
see.
of Zappa versus Persian some other time. All right.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. It's a more
but,
formal stream. All right, I see what you're saying.
I want to get, because we already know Persian thinks that he's slightly overrated. I think you and Persian will actually
Of course he does, bro. He picked Lopez and was wrong.
Well, yeah, but I think he does think that Volk is slightly overrated. Vex doesn't. Zappa, you think he is, right? You think he is overrated.
So here's my take. Skill-wise, in his prime, I think he really was like a top 5, like most skilled fighters ever. But I think his resume is actually kind of overrated.
Right, okay. And I might be wrong. What do you think? What's your take on Volk?
Right. So, of course, Max wins are elite. We could all agree on that, especially the third one, right? But you got to think after that, what is like Aldo? Aldo's not that good to win, bro. Aldo fucking lost to everybody. And and we're gonna say like, oh yeah, Aldo, but like he started declining. When in his the hobby fight, he looked the same as in most fights. Like for the first 2 rounds, they're still competitive. Aldo is easily beatable. Volk beat him. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Was the first guy to clinch him up. Dude, Aldo's not that good. Aldo was never that good. Got finished by Max. And Max is elite, but come on, man. Aldo's not a good fighter. Let's be honest. Ortega sucks shit. Dude, Ortega got dominated by Yair Rodriguez. This guy fucking sucks. Bro, Volk's resume is not that good. Let's be real.
All right, well, we can have a look at that as well. I'll get it up in a minute, but I want to let I Might Be Wrong have his take, and then the 10-7 can have his take. I might be wrong. Is he overrated? Is he underrated? Or is he just right? What do you think? Also, by the way, before you give your answer, 26 people in the chat. Like the stream, all right. Let's try to get to 20 likes, all right? Because it pushes the stream nicely. Okay, push it into the algorithm. Okay, and it helps the channel out an awful lot. You know, we just hit 3,000 subs, and we're approaching 3,100 already, which is crazy. So, like the stream, keep chatting, pushes the algorithm, and yeah. I might be wrong. Let's hear your take.
All right, I didn't really do any research heading into this. I'm just here for vibes, really. I think Volkanovski's resume is just perfectly rated, in my opinion. I don't think he's like the GOAT of like all time, but like I think he's featherweight GOAT for sure. Because like the other people you could like count as featherweight GOATs are people he's beaten. I think. Moser and all. I think Volkanovski beats him, to be honest. I think Moser always goes to like a close decision and arguably gets robbery victories. So I think Volk would like steamroll him 4-1, in my opinion. So I think towards the end of his career, like maybe in like a year or two, I think he will go down undisputedly as like one of the greatest featherweights of all time. I think he will be re-entering the GOAT conversation in like the top 5 or something. That's just what I think, though.
All right, and 10-7. Glad to have you back, brother. What do you think? Because I know you were saying in my DMs, basically, whoever thinks that he's overrated is, there's something not right. But let's see what you think.
Here's what it is, Bromo. Look, and maybe I'm showing my age, but when I'm hearing people talk about Jose Aldo is not that good, that's fucking insane to me. I'll be the unk. Like, I get it. I'll represent the old school, but nobody fucking watches more MMA than I do, Bromo. You know that. So I've been watching this shit religiously forever. Jose Aldo's an all-time great. Say what you want about him now. He's clearly not the same fighter. But to say that Alexander Volkanovski is overrated sounds fucking crazy to me. It's like a wild hill to die on. If you want to talk about the resume, I understand, that besides Max Holloway, maybe there's a lack of massive name wins, but there's 3 of them there on Holloway. Not to mention gave Islam Makhachev, who I'm sure everybody here has as their number 1 pound for pound, an arguable GOAT of the sport, gave him his hardest fight to date. Some people, for better or for worse, think that Volkanovski won that first fight. Second one, there's a built-in excuse, right? The short notice. So 2 losses really over the course of the last fucking 10 years to Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, the number 1 and 2 pound for pound guys on earth right now. 2 guys that have potential of being the GOAT of all time. So I really just don't get it, man. Volk fought who was in front of him. He took the risks that the UFC asked him to take, the risks that you want an all-time great to take, and it almost paid off for him. So I just don't get it. I really don't understand Volk being overrated.
All right, now you guys can just yap, debate, and in about 10 minutes, like last time, I will rotate the panel. Persian and Vex, man, let's hear you guys were a little quiet. Let's get going.
Yo, 10-7, I got a question.
Yeah.
and I would like to elaborate a
So-
little bit. Like,
Zappa, just wait there a second. Just
I
let
would
Vex
say
say
I'm
his
still
thing.
a
and then you can-
casual, right? Like my first card was 306, so I'm a very like new gen fan.
Yeah.
But at this point in his career, I think Volk is getting underrated at times, to be fair. Like people keep saying, Volk doesn't have a power, he doesn't have a chin, he doesn't have all these things. But I mean, he just beat Lopez twice after, and made it look fairly easy, you know?
Yeah.
So that's one of the few things. And also, all of his losses have an asterisk to it. Like Islam, that was a weight class up both times, and the first time he arguably won. I don't think he did, but it can be argued. Then he lost to Ilya, right? But like also that's Ilya, and that loss like also has an asterisk to it. So I mean, and also like most of his resume is also like very good. Like we also talked about it, right? But like there is Max 3 times. There is, or yeah, we won't talk about Ortega. That's a shit win. But there's Jose Aldo, which like 10-7 said like that's a great win. I don't know why people say it's not. Chad Mendes also like okay win. I think the overall resume is pretty good, and I actually have him almost as the GOAT right now. And I do have him above Islam because people forget a lot of times Islam has popped for steroids, like or for tainted supplements. People say it's a tainted supplement. I don't really buy it. If you popped, and you are out of my GOAT discussion. So I think Volk is pushing the #1 spot, and it's definitely about Islam because I don't have Islam even in my GOAT conversation.
Okay, now a lot of people saying like, "Oh, calling Aldo overrated." That's clearly pointed towards me because I'm the one who said it. Let me defend it. Who the hell has Aldo beat? Fucking Frankie Edgar, TKZ. These people suck. These people are awful. Come on, talk about these great wins, dude. TKZ is not good. All right, let's be honest. All right, yeah, he's a brawler. Okay, he showed good striking at times. But let's be honest, he's not that good. Yeah, Aldo had what? They had like 9 title defenses in 10 years. This guy's not even like that active fighting bums. All right, it's not that great of a resume. Let's be honest. Aldo's not that good.
Zapper, brother, just real quick, man. And I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, obviously, I want you to finish, but again, it's all about perspective, man. And when you're watching, like, yes, Korean Zombie towards the end when Volk beat him, not a phenomenal win. That was a layup of a fucking title defense. I get it, but the Korean Zombie, again, a guy that's underrated. I don't know when you started watching. He has wins over Dustin Poirier. Like, this is a fucking
okay,
guy
but when did he beat Dustin Poirier?
Right, he beat Dustin a long ass time ago. I get what you're saying.
Okay, was Dustin Poirier even close to his prime?
What is it?
Was Dustin Poirier even close to being in his prime at the time?
Yeah, I'd say he was close to his prime. It was 2012, 2013.
Well, he's cutting off an arm and a leg to reach like featherweight. Let's be honest. This chin was kind of questionable.
100%, dude. Like, again, I get what you're like. I get where you're coming from. To me, the issue with that, and again, please finish what you're saying. But the issue with it is like saying these people are shit. Like Brian Ortega, it wasn't a shit win when Volk got it. It looks like a shit win now. If you weren't watching the sport at that time, Brian Ortega was like the next guy. Brian Ortega was the prospect until Max beat the fuck out of him. So really, like, Brian Ortega was what we saw Diego Lopez as, a few months back, like before Volk beat him, or kind of how people are seeing Gene Silva right now. Like, Brian Ortega was that dude. He was undefeated for a long time, man. That's just my point. It's all about perspective, about like.
Well, actually, here's the thing. I actually don't really consider Lopez that good. Even before this fight, I didn't really think of him as that good, to be honest. So like, it's not like that really applies to me. And I'll be honest, I'm like, okay, yeah, TKZ beat Young Poirier. He beat like, who did he beat again? Okay, that's a good fight with Yair Rodriguez. Again, Yair Rodriguez also. This guy was getting dominated on the ground with fucking like Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega was eating all the shots. This guy has no pop. All right. Aldo again. That's his best win. TKZ, whose best win is Young Poirier, right? Like, that's not a good look. And again, what's Volk's next best win? Ortega and Yair Rodriguez. They kind of cancel each other out, doesn't it? And those guys are not that good. Like, let's be honest. All right. You see. Oh no, his next best win would be Lopez. Lopez was getting pieced up bad by Gene Silva in the second round. All right, that guy's terrible defense and overrated chin and also overrated power, for being honest. Lopez doesn't hit that hard.
Right, let's let Vex or what are the other guys respond, get their say in, and then I want to try and get everyone to have their word. as well.
In my opinion, people saying that, oh, Jean Silva put it on Diego in the second round.
He literally
It's
did.
kind of stupid, in my opinion, because he sensed that he was losing after the first round. He was cut with an elbow, I believe, or I don't know what the strike was, but he was cut.
It was
And I
yeah, it
think
was
he
an
tried
elbow.
to empty the gas tank and put Diego away, which didn't work. I think if the spinning elbow didn't land from Diego, he would start losing even on the feet in like round 3 to 5 because like he emptied his gas tank, in my opinion.
Okay, but you're saying he empties gas tank. We didn't really see it that happen. And Gene Silva's never shown really bad cardio of any sort. He was just beating Lopez's ass because Lopez has shit defense. Like, let's be honest. That's kind of overrated shit and best because I think Volk has slightly underrated power,
I
I'd
know.
say. That's why he fucking rocked you. Dude, he fucking rocked Lopez. Lopez got rocked by Volk, which is crazy. Because this guy's apparently the unit at featherweight.
Zapper, let me ask you this, man. Like, here's the thing, right? Again, when it comes to a lot of these conversations, I feel like you're telling us we can only talk about like what we've seen. Like, let's not talk about hypotheticals. But I feel like I'm sensing some hypotheticals. Who's the best right now? Who are your best fighters in the world currently? Give me like your top 3.
Well, first of all, remember what I said. I said Volk, skill-wise, especially in his prime, one of the best ever. I'm just saying his resume, it's not a fault of his own. It's kind of lacking. So I'd say Volk is one of the best even right now. It's just his resume is what's lacking.
Because my point is you can be really nitpicky about anybody, right? Like, again, I don't think many people, I know Vex was saying that he has sort of an argument because of the whole Royd situation, but we talk about Islam Makhachev, and that's sort of universally the best guy on the planet right now. You can fucking pick.
I'd say Ilya's better.
That's fine, sure. Like, and I'm okay with that, that conversation. But I'm just saying, let's pick a guy like Islam, right? Where nobody's going to put him outside of their top 3 right now. I think everybody says he has like an opportunity to be the GOAT. Well, you could do that with.
I say he is.
He's been knocked out before. We've seen that in the UFC. Granted, it was a long time ago. He got caught. You can make those excuses. We've also seen some fucking ridiculous matchmaking with Islam Makhachev. Let's not forget he fought Renato Moicano on 1 day's notice. That doesn't hold up for shit. He fought Bobby Green and fucking Dan Hooker to get a title shot. Like, that means nothing right now.
Well, hold on. Let's be honest here. Moicano was also preparing for a fight on that same card. He wasn't like cutting all his weight in 2 days.
Right, but it's it's regardless.
No, I agree. It's a shit win.
You know what I mean? So
but also
you can pick those kind of flaws with anybody. You can only fight who's in front of you. And Volk fought not only the people that were in front of him, but like a lot of these people had belts, right? Like Chad Mendes.
Yeah, but that's the sad. Like, that could be the sad fact of the sport. Sometimes you don't always have the best guys in front of you. That's just how it is, even if you are really good. Like Islam at the start, you know, the best guys in the world in front of him, but eventually he would start fighting Oliveira, Volk again, who I said is very skilled. He goes up, he annihilates JDM. His VP win was questionable, but that was also his staff, I'd say. Like I would say, listen, yeah, eventually Islam did rack up those really good wins. Volk, 3 wins against Max, great, but it's the same guy. And then 2 wins against Lopez, same guy. And Lopez, again, I don't rate Lopez that highly, to be honest. Because, I mean, saying he's gassing, dude, does Gene Silva ever gas? Like, ever? He's just beating the shit out of Lopez, and Lopez has no defense. And he fucking sucks. Well, let's be honest, he kind of sucks.
Right, I just want to also bring in Persian, or I might be wrong, just to have their say out as well, because they are being very patient and quiet. What do you make of Volk's resume as a whole? Like, do you rate the Lopez wins, or if not, does anyone at featherweight have a better resume than Volk?
No, he's the GOAT for sure.
Or like anyone in the past, do they have a better resume? I might be wrong, or Persian to give their takes, because they have been pretty quiet, and I want to give everyone a chance to talk. And then in a few minutes we're going to rotate. So Persian and Vex, you've been in since the start, so I'll rotate you out, and we'll bring in. There's 2 people waiting in the wings, so let's hear it. I might be wrong.
Well, first of all, are we discussing when we say he's overrated or underrated? Are we saying he's top 5 GOAT all time, or is it just featherweight GOAT?
All time or featherweight GOAT? Just in general, do people overrate him? Talking about him being overall GOAT, or top 5, that sort of thing. Just when people talk about Volk, do they overrate him?
Well, I think featherweight GOAT. I think there's no question. I think he is it, undisputedly, after the Lopez win. I know Sapper said like, oh, he didn't think Lopez was a great win and all that, but it's like,
No, it's a good win. I just think it's overrated. I don't think Lopez is that. Is like I think he's really highly rated. I don't
oh
see
yeah, I
it.
can see your points, but it's John Silva. I think is the only one right now that can beat Volk just purely because of brute power. So if they
Murphy
have
can do it.
Murphy, yeah. I don't know. It's like he's a 37-year-old prospect. It's like I can't really expect him to get better every
37-year-old elite prospect.
True. I mean, he knocked out Aaron Pico. That guy was knocking out bums.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, you see that KO? Remember that shit? Aaron Pico just waltzed into that fucking elbow like Rowan started finding his range with the teeth, and then Aaron Pico just fucking walks forward into a spinning elbow. That shit
When
was
I
hilarious.
saw they fucking debuted Pico to a fucking top 5 contender, I literally said when he went on to fight Moser, I said Moser's gonna knock him out. Then he got scheduled to get Murphy. You can go back and look at my videos. I said he's getting flatlined. Like I couldn't believe like they were signing Pico to a death sentence. That's what I think.
I'm actually impressed because nobody would ever guess Laurent to fucking knock somebody out.
I think I said knockout rounds 2 or 3. I didn't expect fucking flatline KO.
Well, Pico kind of handed it to him.
Yeah.
Walked in, dude.
Yeah. Pico is like, I'm going to go back to the topic of Volk because I don't want to get off track.
Right.
But Volk, I mean, beat everyone in front of him at the time, which, you know, Jose Aldo, who went to boxing, came back, got a win over, I can't remember who he got a win over, but he got a bounce back win, and he went on to fight Mario Batista, which I thought he won that fight personally. I gave it to Jose Aldo. I think it was close, but I think I gave it to Aldo. And then he fought Sahabi, which I also think was close, but I would have also gave it to Aldo. I don't know why. Like I feel like Sahabi won round 3, and that was the only round he won, in my opinion. I just think, you know,
I didn't watch the fight.
I was like, he knocked him down twice in one round, and they somehow lost that round. I don't know. But he beat Aldo.
Getting robbed by Zahavi is tragic.
And I was crying. He beat Holloway 3 times. The second fight was really fucking close. I felt like it could have gone to either man. I would have probably lent more Holloway. But
what?
Yeah, I thought the second Holloway fight was
how
really
though? Like, how did Holloway win round 3? I just don't see. People keep saying that Volk outstruck him. I just don't see it. I don't see where Holloway gets the last 3 rounds. I think people at the time of this bias towards Holloway, and he got 2 knockdowns in 2 different rounds, and people just ignore that. It's not how a fight is scored.
Here's the thing. I'm also a huge Holloway fan, so I could be biased, like you're saying. But I felt like it could have gone to either man. I'm not saying it was a tragic robbery. I felt like it could have gone to either one. But
I wish Max got robbed.
Yeah.
Right. So just hold on. I might be wrong. I just want to give Persian and Vex their last say because we are going to.
Persian's been muted this whole time.
We are going to rotate again because we have 2 more people waiting. I want to give them their final thoughts. Just keep it.
I wonder why Persian's muted.
Keep it brief-ish, and then we can rotate.
So mad.
So Persian, go.
All right, so this was a little while ago. I don't know who it was, but he said that Volk resume-wise or like GOAT-wise, he's better than Jones. I'm gonna have to disagree on that just because of the fact that he mentioned that Jones arguably lost to Reyes. I think that was the only name he called out. When Volk, I'm pretty sure there's hella people that think that Max beat Volk in 1 and 2 of their fights. So I don't know. At the end of the day, you know, I agree with the fact that I think personally Reyes and Thiago beat Jones, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think because their hands got raised. And then I don't know who else said that skill wise Volk is the best of his division. I disagree with that also. Do I think that he's one of the best in his division skill-wise? I do. Resume-wise, I think it's him or Holloway, just those 2, resume-wise. But skill-wise, I think personally it's Ilya. Now, I know he hasn't really done much in the division, but the fact that, he KO'd back-to-back the featherweight GOATs, arguably, still in their prime, I think that's impressive. Now, I'm not really the biggest, Ilya fan. I think I'm a fan of him, but now that he's in the lightweight division, I'm not trying to get in another topic, but I do think that he does lose to Arman, and then if he does go to welterweight, he does lose to Islam. But
I see why you get all your picks wrong. Damn. I kind of see why they're all wrong.
yeah, no one cares what you have to say, bro. But
You're so fucking mad, dude.
But yeah, I think he's a little bit overrated. But skill wise, I don't think that he's the GOAT in this division. Resume wise, I think it's a toss up.
All right, fair
Ilya's
enough.
actually the GOAT of featherweight. I just thought about he's the GOAT of featherweight. Easy.
Right. Thank you very much, Persian. I appreciate you, brother. Vex, have your final take, and then we will rotate.
Yeah, I would just disagree with Persian and agree with, I think Zapper is that said it. I do think that Volk's resume is better than the one of John Jones because, like, it's a common argument, but Jones for a lot of his career was fighting undersized middleweights. And let's not forget, he took Anthony Smith to a decision.
I didn't say that.
Who does that? Who does that? So yeah, that would be everything that I have to say.
Not a problem. Thank you, Vex, for joining. I appreciate you, brother, and I'm sure we'll chat in the Discord server soon.
See ya, boys.
Nice to have you here. Goodbye.
All right, peace, Vex.
All right, we have got.
I know it's not. This might be off topic, but I actually don't think Jones Reyes was a robbery. Yeah, I watched that fight. Like I started watching 292. I recently watched that fight. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a clear robbery. I was like, I've been psyop for months before I watched this fight. That was not a robbery. I was psyop by the MMA fan base. I was psyop.
What do you two think about that? Just before we get some more people in.
You know, I'm a huge John Jones glazer. Sorry to cut you off. I might be wrong. You know, I'm a John Jones glazer, Bromo. When I watched that fight live, me and DS actually watched that one together. I thought I was like 3-2 John Jones, and he thought I was out of my fucking mind. That ended up being the decision. As I watch it back, I can see why people say Reyes won, but watching it live, I thought it was Jones, and I can still see why you can score it for John Jones. But
there you go. Actually, we agree.
And then I
think it could have gone either way.
Yeah. What do you think about Jones and Reyes?
I'm gonna finally get my contrarian point in. I think Dominic Reyes 100% won that fight, in my opinion. I feel like if we're going by modern day scoring, which is more damage based, I think Dominic Reyes won rounds 1, 2, and 3. That's just my opinion, though. I felt like he hurt John a lot. He was tagging him up, wasn't letting John get going, and then gassed out rounds 4 and 5, but wasn't for 10, in my opinion.
But as your username says,
you
might be wrong. Who knows?
Ooh.
Not a contrarian take, by the way. I feel like most people agree with you.
Yeah, I was like, contrarian? Maybe I'm just Cano.
Sarcasm. That's just the UK sarcasm, I'm pretty sure, coming out.
Oh, it's sarcasm.
Right. Right. So we have got Bismarck's back.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, brother?
Sal, good noodle. I will rotate you back in 10 minutes, brother. We can only have 6 people on the panel. Sal is new to the stream. Do you think that Volk is overrated, or is he just right, or is he being underrated by some people? What's your take?
Yeah, hi guys. So I think Volk is maybe slightly underrated or properly rated. I'm trying to figure out the difference myself, but what I will say about Volk is he's clearly the featherweight GOAT. And he has he's one of those people where I think he has there's some fighters like Ilya, for example, that are mostly just quality without the quantity, and there's some fighters that have a lot of quantity without the quality. And so I think Volk is kind of like a good in between. So I wouldn't say some of his wins are the most amazing wins ever outside of Max Holloway. Obviously, he's 3 wins, but he has like a really good combination of quantity and quality and a long title reign, so he's clearly the featherweight GOAT to me, and I also think he's slightly underrated when it comes to the GOAT discussion. Yeah.
Actually, Ilya is low-key the featherweight GOAT. like I think about it, yeah, he's definitely featherweight goat. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
Like,
he did beat the two other best ones back to back.
Yeah, who's the best? Volk and what? Holloway, the two other guys. He knocked out both.
Here's the thing. I think skill wise, all time, Ilya is the best, right? I 100% agree with that. But resume wise, you can't argue Ilya like at featherweight over Max or Volk. You just can't.
Why though?
You can, bro.
Because
Like,
of the quantity.
I don't know if I would, but I think you can. Like,
I think because of the quantity, just the sheer amount of.
Okay, but what?
And
because
title
Yusuf
wins.
Zalal as a win is probably better than Ortega and Yair. I'm not gonna lie.
It might actually age better.
He actually, you know what? Fuck it, he is. He literally is. Yusuf Zalal.
Dude, he's the
better
creepiest
win.
player in the
We
world.
beat him on short notice,
You
and
can
we all
say
know how
yes.
fucking elite Yusuf Zalal is. That guy's a fucking demon.
He's good.
Yeah, bro, come on.
In his debut, that's pretty good. That's very good. But
I
I
can
will
see-
say,
On short notice.
And Josh Emmett is shit, but like
Yeah,
that's
I
only
mean,
like
come on.
marginally-
Shit, but he toyed with him in a way nobody else could.
let's look
Yair.
at Ilya's resume. Ilya has. Let's just look at his featherweight resume. So
Dude, he beat
Volk
Damon
and
Volk.
fucking Jackson, and you have the audacity to say he's not the GOAT.
Yeah, bro, come on, man.
True. But I'm just saying, like, he has two elite wins, the two featherweight goats, in my opinion, which all time, I think he's number 3, probably.
What's more impressive?
Featherweight.
Decision against Ortega or subbing Bryce Mitchell?
Yeah.
Where you almost got subbed 2 times. Holy shit, Volk almost got subbed 2 times.
Wait, let me speak. People forget.
All right.
Prime Ortega, bro. All right? Prime
People forget, man.
Ortega. People forget.
Dude, Brian Ortega was coming off one fucking win. Coming
Coming
off one win.
I think
He wasn't even that good in his
I
quote
think-
unquote
I
prime.
think the
All right, I'm
last-
sorry.
okay,
Go talk. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Thank you. Yeah. I think at the time it was a good win. I do think, obviously, of course, it fucking aged like dog shit. I think it was a good win at the time. Some wins at the time happen and they age like shit. It just happens sometimes. But let me just
Okay,
say
that was
this,
prime
Wait,
Volk.
1 second. So
My bad, sorry.
yeah, I know you're good, bro. Sorry, man. But like Ilya, I think he has an elite resume at featherweight. I just don't think dude, Volk has how many wins at featherweight? Like an absurd
Quality versus quantity, bro. Quality versus quantity.
It's
Quality versus
Volk has
quantity.
quantity and quality.
I know, but Ilya has
better
better
Okay.
quality because he beat
You know what I'm
Volk
saying?
himself.
Every win Volk has
Okay.
only pushes Ilya higher.
That is
I just
true.
want to also, I just want to jump in because when Bismarck said that Yusuf, what did you say, the wins over Yusuf, Zalal, and
It's
who else
it's
was
a
it?
little bit worse or maybe equivalent. I only said I was joking when I said Damon fucking Jackson. That guy's like,
Yeah, well,
And he subbed Bryce Mitchell. We can't forget that. He subbed Bryce Mitchell.
I wouldn't say Bryce is that good. To be
You
honest.
said
Bryce
something
was
about.
on
Okay.
the street, so that was not bad.
That's his point.
Hold on. You said something about beating Yusuf Zalal's more impressive than Yair or something, and
I said it was like
No,
the
hell
same.
no.
I said it was about the same. if
I
not
saw
like a little bit.
10-7 absolutely shake his head in disbelief. I just want to get his thoughts on that on that statement real quick.
Shout out Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal is a good fighter, man. I'm not gonna tear him down. He is actually a good fighter. I think he's been underrated throughout his career. I think he's amongst the
Facts.
most defensively sound fighters there is on the planet. It's
Underrated
still,
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he's a good fighter.
Yeah,
He's
finishes
well
like,
rounded.
he's
He
not
is
even
really
boring
good.
either. He finishes
But
like
it's-
90% of his fights.
It's just about name value. Yusuf Zalal doesn't hold that much weight right now until maybe in the future, right? Another fight or two, and then his name will start being more
And
important.
Ortega did?
Yeah, he did at the time, right? That was kind of my
Yeah,
Ortega
Ortega
was-
actually was.
earlier.
He was a big star back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. Like Brian Ortega was.
Hattie was a big star. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
Brian
It is
Ortega
what
was
it is,
good
man.
back in
But
the
like
day.
he
was
didn't,
good. He was
right?
good.
But he didn't. Like if you go back and watch the Max Holloway fight with Brian Ortega, the lead up to that, like people were fucking picking Brian Ortega to beat Max Holloway.
Okay,
Like,
people picked
Mhm.
a lot of people. They were wrong. I picked JDM. I was retarded for doing that against Islam.
Okay, but like
I think
my point
I
is,
think
like,
the
Nate, what you're
10-7's
saying,
point
I
is,
agree
though,
with. Like the
hold on
go
a
ahead.
sec. I think the 10-7's point is like now, like looking back now, like yeah, you could say, oh, well that win was fucking shit, but at the time, people were hyping up, Brian Ortega as like the next big like prospect and this and that, and then Volk goes and beats him. And like, yeah,
Here's the thing.
Name value and like
say that
skills are not the
you can
same.
say that it's like aged poorly, but I think what he's saying is at the time people were highly rating him.
Yeah, it
And
was.
Here's the thing, no bromo.
That's true to
It's
say.
about
Bismarck and I, we actually don't jump on like bandwagons that much, so it doesn't really
I don't know,
apply to
I
us.
did,
'cause
bro. I honestly thought Giga Chikadze was going to be fucking champ.
no, I'm talking about
I
now,
let
like
that-
currently, like right now. Talk about the currently right now. We don't usually jump on bandwagons that quick. So I mean, at least I don't. I don't hold much value in that, to be honest. Like, what
In
are you telling
what?
me?
In what?
Like you're saying, like, oh, he was thought of as really good at the time. Yeah, a lot of people thought of as really good at a certain time, and they were shit. Right? Who's that? Kaya Sakura. That guy was thought of as this amazing guy. Listen to Tim Elliott. Does it matter that he was thought of as amazing when he fought Pantoja? No.
You're right. For again, in a nutshell, like what you're saying is right, but you're looking at everything with hindsight, right? So like right
That's
now,
how we do
again,
GOAT conversations. Hindsight.
no, you're 100% right. Like, trust me, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but there is still like objectivity to everything, right? You can't, not everything's black and white. You can't just look at it as this is a bad win because it aged poorly. And now Ilya Tapuria's resume is looking better because Volk is winning. Like, I understand that all makes sense and it does fucking work looking back.
I actually kind of agree with you there on one thing. Like, I think that people say, oh, he looks like shit now. Well, you could say, like, before that, he maybe didn't fall off. You know, there could be certain cases for that.
But like everybody
I
gets
would
old,
agree.
you know, everybody gets old, right? Everybody ages out at different times, especially in MMA. People get injured, their lives fucking change, and they're not the same fighter. So some fighters fizzle out quickly. But there's some of the shit that Volk's done, like being the only person to reclaim a title after 35 years old. Now he's 37 and still winning at a lower weight class. Like, nobody fucking does that, dude. Nobody's doing that shit. So it is really goddamn impressive. There's just parts that you could look at and be nitpicky if you want to. But then there are other parts where you could just be like, God damn, that's impressive, right? So
I know, but that's what you got to do. Like, that's why I rate this Lopez for that's why I rate the Lopez win decently highly. Like, just because of his age, maybe. But also, that's kind of what you got to do for the GOAT conversation. You got to get into nitty gritty. You got to say, well, listen, who is this guy beat, and who is this guy beat, and are these guys really that good? Do they even pass the eye test? Do they really how do they perform against guys that we know aren't that good? You got to do that.
I'll give you like a good example, and I just want to hear everybody's opinion kind of on this, right? Everybody's saying that like Diego Lopez didn't deserve that title shot, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. It should have either been Movsar or Lerone Murphy, regardless.
Nah, fuck Movsar.
They're fighting each other right now. The winner should be the next guy up. Let's just pick one. Let's say it's Movsar for the sake of the argument, right? He's going to go into a Volk fight undefeated. Let's say, you know, hopefully he doesn't pull out, right? Because he has more fights canceled in the UFC than he has fights in the UFC, 10 versus 9, which is fucking
so
crazy. But anyways, let's say he does go in there and fights Volk. Volk beats him by decision. And then Movsar goes on to fight again his next fight in 3 years from now, because that's how long he fucking takes. He loses that fight. Then the Movsar win aged like shit. Everyone's going to say he was inactive. He wasn't in there often enough. He cherry-picked matchups. He only fought when he was healthy against easy matchups. And it's shit like that that can skew your take on everything.
Yeah.
Lerone Murphy is an awesome fighter. I was at UFC 319. Aaron Pico was beating the fuck out of him until he wasn't.
No, hold on. No, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that. No, he wasn't. Hold on. Lerone Murphy was.
I think he was. I think Pico was.
Lerone Murphy.
He was pressuring him hard.
I will not accept the slander. I will not accept the slander. Lerone Murphy began to land jabs and teeps, all right, for like a minute. And then Pico started freaking out because he couldn't close the distance anymore. And that's when he fucking crab walked into a spinning elbow. Yeah. Right now, Movsar, maybe he I don't know, he injures himself like humping his underage wife in half guard. Like with habit humps, and that's why he doesn't fight that much. That still stays an impressive win.
I just want to go off one thing that 10-7 just said, and then I want to bring in I might be wrong because he just sits here quietly because he's too polite to just interrupt people.
You can interrupt me. I'm a terrible person.
The same thing that the 10-7 said about the Movsar narrative of that could age terribly, and people will say this and that. I think people. Look, if Volk beats Lerone Murphy, I know people are going to be like, well, who's Lerone beat? Oh, well, yeah, he beat Movsar, who's inactive and this and that. And who else has he beat? Oh, Aaron Pico debuting, blah, blah, blah. And you can say it about all these guys, but, you have to give them credit for, who they're beating at the time. And I feel like even if Lerone wins, you can still criticize that because he'll have beaten an inactive Movsar coming off of and then he was beat Aaron Pico. And it's like, people say, oh, well, Lerone's boring and this and that. And then, I feel like the same criticism that people would give Volk for beating Movsar for being inactive, they would give it to
No, but I actually rate Lerone Murphy highly.
Yeah.
I actually rate Lerone highly, so I would. if Volk beats Lerone, I will. I mean, I'm gonna take that as a very, very good win.
Look,
I take Lerone, obviously.
I would also rate that win, but what I'm saying is people would say this. Like, a lot of people would say, well, oh, Larone's so good. He beat a debuting guy.
But the people are retarded.
Inactive. Like,
You know that clip where the guy's like, but the people are retarded. You know what I mean? You know that clip?
Yeah.
Hey, but Bromo, you're 100% right, man, because that argument's already built in. Like, it's literally already built in. You can take something away from the Aaron Pico fight. You can say Pico is winning. That's one argument. Another argument is it's a Bellator scrub, right? Everybody talks shit about Patchy Mix and all these guys. Before that, I've already heard the people on this panel say Josh Emmett sucks. So there's that. Dan Ige is old and overrated. He beat Edson Barbosa, who was clearly
overrated.
Like Joshua Coolabah, like who
was
are
he
these?
Overrated?
I'm just saying, yeah, of course he was. These are.
Did he get really rated?
Yeah, I mean, he was a ranked guy for a while. He was like, you know what I mean? Like he's a guy in the top 10 for a minute. So it's like,
is he still ranked?
Maybe. I don't think so, but if he is, he's like right at the bottom of the rankings. Again, my point is though, like Lerone Murphy is like a super easy guy to argue against. Like the second he loses, the haters of Lerone Murphy are going to come out there and they'll be like, see, I told you this guy fucking sucks. He only fought in England. He wasted the prime of his career. He only fought these old washed up guys until he got to the top. Then he got exposed by Alexander Volkanovski or Movsar.
I never do such a thing.
Whoever it ends up.
Not gonna go Lerone.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fine. Again, that's your boy. I get it. That's your boy. But
he's my boy, just like Alexander Hernandez and Chris Duncan. All right, that's my boy.
That's such a random lineup to
Zappa. Well, yeah, look, I know you wouldn't, but you gotta admit that the vast majority of MMA fans are fucking retarded, and they would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
that's why.
Just real quick, because I did say I want to get. In fact, sorry, I might be wrong. Just wait one more minute, all right? Because it's the 10 minutes is up, and the person that's been in the longest this time is Zappa. So Zappa, give your final closing Volk statement. All right, keep it to like a minute, and then we'll substitute you out for Good Noodle is back, and then I'll get I might be wrong to take.
All right, absolutely. Just a quick close up.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say a few quick things. Alexander Hernandez is the GOAT, and he would smoke most of the 15 to 10, as well as Chris Duncan. Number 2, Volk. Yeah, I'm just going to say this. I do think he's one of the most skilled people ever. I think his resume is kind of lacking. I do think that Ilya surpasses him just by the fact that he beat Volk, which is an amazing win. And the fact that he's beat Max Holloway, which is Volk's best win. He did it better than Volk did, if we're going to be honest.
I mean,
I don't
know. It's debatable.
I mean, kind of like, dude, those low kicks were ripping it. We're kind of ripping it. Like, Ilya doesn't fight the same way as Volk, so he was kind of being patient and stuff. But I think it was better. But like Max Holloway was arguably looking better than ever against Justin Gaethje. Ilya comes in, ripping up those legs like an axe to wood, and just knocks him out. And of course, final thought, Persian, you're a pussy and a bitch, and I own you, and you weren't gonna talk because I owned you, and that's why you're afraid to say anything. All right, fuck you, Persian. All right, so you want me to leave now?
Well, thank you, Zappa. Yeah, just leave, or I can remove you, and then we'll get Noodle in. Thank you for joining, bro. Always a pleasure. All right, and just before we let I might be wrong, Happy say, because you've been waiting very patiently. All right, I just want to say 35 viewers. Let's get the stream likes up to, let's say, 25, or if we can get more than 25, that'd be sick. All right, we've got 38 viewers in. In fact, fuck it, let's get to 30 likes. All right, push the stream, bros. All right, if you like the stream, all right, it costs you nothing and it helps me out an awful lot. So, like the stream, get in the chat. I might be wrong. Let's have your thoughts. I mean, you've heard what everyone's been saying. Do you have any thoughts on what people are saying? Do you think that Yusuf Zalal is a better win or the same as a Yair Rodriguez? Do you think Josh Emmett's a trash win? Let's hear your thoughts, bro, and then we'll get Good Noodle in to have his say as well.
Yusuf Zalal, I have a love-hate relationship with Yusuf Zalal. My first predictions video featuring Yusuf Zalal was the Calvin Kattar fight. So that wasn't obviously the first fight I've watched of him. It was like the third or fourth. But when I watched that Calvin Kattar fight, it was I'm gonna be honest. It was a dominant win, but
Not even really. He clearly lost the third. Like, he was backing up, getting tagged.
he didn't really do much. He kind of just ran away the entire fight. And
yeah, just like a creepy.
First 2 rounds, he was kind of
haunted
piecing up
decision.
Cater, and then he ran the 3rd round because he didn't
Yeah.
want to take any risks.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I'd say.
But he was kind of running the whole time, and he was just really jabbing at range to a Cater who went on to get done the same, if not worse, by Steve Garcia, who I know a lot of people are on the Steve Garcia hype train. I don't think he's going to go that far. I think he gets to top 10 and then just stalls there. But Youssef Salal got a dominant win over Josh Emmett, who is 41, I believe. Clearly old after like a couple of years after the beatdown Topuria gave him. That was like, I think it was like what, 5, 10, 8 rounds? Like
it was a 10-7, a 10-8. So one judge had a 10-7, and I think it was like the 4th round or something. And then I think there was another 10-8 there, so it was like 50-42, but the other 2 judges had it 50-43.
Yeah. So I think Youssef Salal is pretty good, but not great. I do see him losing to like a Laurel Murphy, Mofsar, even fucking Diego Lopez. I can see beating Youssef. But I forgot where I was fucking going with this. To be honest, who else was we fucking talking about? It was Youssef. Who else? Josh Emmett.
Josh Emmett, yeah, and like I think you mentioned like some Steve Garcia.
Yeah, Josh Emmett. He's 41. Like I said, he's coming off a huge fucking beatdown by Topuria. I think one day for like a year there was a good Josh Emmett, but I feel like technically he's not the greatest, and he just relied on his explosive power. And you know,
he has an overhand, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's really it. He has like, if he catches you, you're dead. But if you figure him out, you can kind of easily get like a 50-45 or 49-46 over him. So I don't think he's that great, but it's like, if you go 5 rounds with him, you can show you can stay on for 5 rounds, I guess. Which is why I like Laurent Murphy, even though he got kind of power bombed in that fight. I don't know what happened. That was one of the funniest fucking takedowns I've ever seen. But even like it's a weird thing because I watched the Josh Emmett fight, and I thought Laurent Murphy was decent. Then I watched him fight Pico, and I still think he's decent. I'm gonna honestly, when he fights Mofsar, I'm probably gonna pick Mofsar because I think a win over Aljamain Sterling is overall better. But just to rebound to like the Volkanovski point, I think Mofsar easily loses to Volk. I think Volkanovski probably 49-46 him. So I think like in hindsight, it just all leads back to improving Volk's legacy. Now, obviously, this could age like shit, and Volk getting knocked out in 2 minutes, but that's what I think. I couldn't really remember.
I think Volk is insane scrambles. Like, he's got very strong hips. Like, he was able to scramble with fucking Islam. How crazy is that? Like, looking back on that in hindsight, being able to scramble with him.
Yeah, Volk's
and we've seen
crazy strong, like little dwarfs, bro.
We've seen Movsar out scrambled by Aljo, and I'd say Volk's scrambles are up there with Aljo's scrambles, and I think he's a lot more like his mentality. I don't think he's gonna break. I feel like there was moments where you could see Aljo was not like breaking and like wilting, but he would concede a position and he would kind of give up a dominant position where I don't think Volk would do that.
Yeah. Also, Sterling doesn't have the greatest cardio. Is why we've seen it time and time again. Like, he does give up sometimes in the later rounds. Like, he showed decent cardio against Ortega, but Ortega was like, if you watched the like weigh-ins and all, Ortega was pretty much half dead heading into that fight. So it was really just a punching bag for 5 rounds. And bear in mind, I thought Sterling would finish Ortega. So I guess Ortega did pretty well to like get through that fight.
But Aljo's also undersized for the Aljo's also undersized for the division and past his prime. So that's something to think of too. You know what I mean?
I guess he could be undersized. I always thought he kind of fit like really well into the division.
He does. He does fit 45 well. I mean, he's exactly the same size as Movsar. Like, you saw them standing next to each other. It's the same shit. But Aljo spent, the majority of his career at 35, and then this is post-knockout, post-title loss. So it is what it is. But, his natural weight class, I guess, was always 35.
I agree. Yeah,
Hmm.
I really want to see at some point. And I don't think we're going to get to see it. It was a super fight back in the day that people were talking about if he would have beaten O'Malley. I want to see Aljo versus Volk. Prime for prime though. I don't think this version of Aljo's in his prime, but prime for prime. If I could just go in a time machine and change some shit, I would have loved to see that fucking fight. Prime for prime.
Yeah.
Who wins that fight?
I think Volk probably would have
Volk.
dominantly.
Volk,
Like,
I think
destroyed
Volk,
him.
like similar to the Yair fight, I think it would be like he's like on top of him, ground and pounding him, and it gets like a late round TKO. I think he'd be able to break Aljo, but I think Aljo would make it competitive early.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty interesting fight. I mean, I think now, Aljo's has he got a fight? No, he hasn't, has he?
He beat T City.
He has a
I think
fight
he's-
booked too.
He
Aljo has a
does?
fight. Yeah, he has a fight coming up soon.
Who's he fighting? Can you remember?
What the hell?
Who's it?
Who's he fighting? I didn't hear that.
Give me a second. I'll remember it.
I remember he wanted to fight Lerone Morphy, but Lerone's fighting Mozart.
I'm sure he does want to fight.
I thought he was still fighting
Lerone
Zalal.
Murphy.
They were talking about Zalal, but it's not Yusuf Zalal. It'll probably
Oh.
click to me in a couple minutes, but he has something that's like supposedly heavily in the works.
Okay.
I'll see if it's on the UFC.
It's not.
I
It's
haven't-
nothing
there's-
official yet, Bromo.
Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't see
Aaron
anything on
Pico.
Tapology.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what a badass fight would be? Would be Aaron Pico versus Pitbull.
Is he fighting-
That's the shit legends are made of, bro.
Would he be
thought
fighting
that already
Steve
happened.
Garcia
Maybe.
or Yair? Maybe.
It's not Yair. I don't think it was Yair. I'll find out.
Speaking of Yair, just to bring it back to Volk, what do we think of that interim title shot with Yair and Josh Emmett? And do we rate Yair as a good win for Volk? I don't really think.
Okay,
people
I would say it's
really
like a
rate
5.5 out of 10. Like, it's
Yair
not
a
obviously
lot.
a shit win. It's not like he fought Damon Jackson in the title.
It's just a
shot.
good
Like,
win, yeah.
It's like a 5.5 out
It's
of 10.
on the same level as Pimblett Gaethje in terms of like,
Yeah,
should this have
I'd
been a
say so.
title fight, skill level? Are these the two best guys in the division, or are we trying to industry plant get a title shot in an interim belt? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mm.
Because
I'm
like,
looking
here's the thing.
here.
Yeah.
I'm looking here on so he beat Emmett, all right, obviously, and then he lost to Volk, and then he got submitted by Ortega, and
That's tragic.
I know people people in this very stream are like, well, Ortega's shit, and I know that 10-7's brought up, that well at the time, people were rating him and all that, and I get
That
that.
was in like
But,
last
if-
year or a year. or
I mean,
two ago,
if people are rating Yair, but they're not rating Ortega, and then Ortega submits Yair, that's. I mean, you could say that's not that's another title shot or title defense that hasn't aged very well, I guess.
Bromo, let me interject. Again, I was at UFC 290. Me and DS were at that card. You got to think again, and I hate to be a fucking broken record, but I think this is like the biggest problem with the MMA community. Again, no shot towards anyone. This is just again around the community as a whole. Again, we don't look at things with perspective, right? It's oftentimes we try to look back and kind of adjust the narrative. Volkanovski was just coming off of a razor close loss to Islam Makhachev. And in between that and then the next Islam fight, he ended up beating Yair Rodriguez, who was holding a belt at the time. He was the interim champion. So it was the right matchup to make. It was the right guy, whether you think Yair was good or not. But there was a lot of question marks about Volkanovski at that point. He had just lost coming from a weight class up, and he fucking dominated the guy. He absolutely went in there and dominated Yair, who was a much taller opponent than he had ever faced at that up until that point in the UFC. It was a guy that had danger. He had just finished Josh Emmett with a submission. So it was the knees that were a question mark. It was the submission game that was a question mark, and Volk beat the fuck out of him. Volk just went in there and pieced this guy up for 2 or 3 rounds and then got the finish. So in perspective, it was really good, and it was really important again at the time versus a guy that was holding a belt. So that's my whole point. It's just like we can't just go back and try to nitpick what we think is good and what we think is bad based on what we know now. You have to go back and look at it back then, right? Like we all thought Peter Yan was done a year ago. Then he goes on a 2-fight win streak and beats the guy in Marab, who's my favorite fighter. Shout out Marab, friend of the channel, but goes out there and fucking dominates Marab, a guy who everyone was saying is the GOAT bantamweight of all time because of what he did in a 1 to 2 year span. So again, it's about perspective. The wins matter at the time. It's not about what they look like now. It's about what happened that time.
Can I
mean,
say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's another thing about Volk is he's beaten almost like 4 different kind of small generations of fighters. Like he's beaten the old guard kind of with the Aldo, the Mendezes of their era. He has wins over the best featherweight of his era, which is Max Holloway. He has wins over like slightly towards the future with Ortega and Yair, these guys. And then now he's getting 2 wins way past his prime over Diego Lopez. Like there's just something that has to be said about Volkanovski's longevity, you know, just straight dominance over a long period of time, the title defenses, you know, the skill, like how he's matching up still to this day against the best fighters on the planet. And like he has a really good spread of quantity and quality on his resume. It holds up really well. And some fights age not too poorly, but some fights age poorly, but most of them are really good. But he has like a good spread, and then also just Volkanovski is just, I think he's inarguably top 5 all time, at least. Like you have to put him top 5. You have to put him top. I have him top 3. I just think Volkanovski is just to do what he's doing right now at age 37 in the lower weight classes after 2 knockout losses, which are the most statistically, I think, in my opinion, permissible losses close to that ever. I just think it's just crazy to be doing what he's doing at his age. It's just he has a really
majority of people don't
I don't know about
consider
top
the
3,
second
bro.
knockout loss to Islam as an actual win for Islam.
It's like a 0.5, like half.
I wouldn't even consider it. Like, dude, he came off the couch and he's fat. He's fat as fuck. You know, he looks like a fucking. He'd probably make middleweight with that physique.
Dude. Yeah, that's like half of a real Volk win. Like I think it goes the first like Volk win. I mean, the first Volk win, and then the Ilya win. Like the first Volk win, the Ilya win, and then the second Volk win, kind of in his more recent losses. I mean, it's just in his losses recently. But I don't know. I just think what he's been doing for all this time is just. It's unbelievable, honestly. And
you look at how big Makhachev looks at welterweight now, and it's like that's like a fucking 3 weight class jump. You know, he's fighting fucking Islam, who's now a big welterweight, and he's Volk's a featherweight. Like that's insane.
And I wanted to talk about John Jones as well a little bit. I'm not the biggest. I don't want to get too much into it, but we saw like in the latter half of John Jones's title reign. I mean, we all know this. He was fighting basically slightly. It wasn't his fault, but he was fighting kind of bloated welterweights essentially for majority of his career, and he had good wins, still really good wins. But in the latter half of his career, as soon as he started to fight people that were his size, like Dominic Reyes, I mean, arguably he lost 3-2 that fight. Now that fight is aged horribly for John Jones. You know, a couple fights after have also aged horribly. So it's like. What I'm trying to say is compare that to what Volk is doing now.
It's like Volk's new guard versus
you know?
Jones's new guard in their
crazy.
Careers is insane because Cyril Gahn got dropped by fucking Tai Tuivasa, and we saw this fucking whale laying on the canvas, fucking breathing like a beached whale, dude,
exactly, bro.
Against Taliesin, and that's just like that's insane.
Yeah, dude. I'm just
Old
saying,
man
like,
Stipe too.
Yeah, dude. I just think Volk is slightly underrated when it comes to GOAT conversations. Like, I think he's up there with Jones. For me, I honestly, here's a contentious take. I'm not sure if people have caught up with this, but I honestly don't really mind steroids in the sport. I think it's actually good for the fighters. And I do think majority of them are on steroids anyways. So I think it's kind of weird to discredit the fighters that get popped. I mean, you still
But it's part of the rules.
It is part of the rules. But majority of them are on it. And I think you'd be naive if you think they aren't, at least on some sort of PEDs, majority of them. So I think I still have Jones number 3, even though I really don't like the guy, because I think majority of these people in the sport that are the GOATs. Like, look at Islam. I consider Islam the GOAT of the sport. He's popped before. He's popped from Meldonia. It's just kind of like that, you know?
That's true.
Talking about Jones, I mean, people obviously, some people are on the panel have talked about, you know, like wins needing to age well and this and that, and you know, people say that Jones fought like a lot of ballooned up middleweights in his prime, yeah. But then you look at his last few wins, and it's like they've aged like fucking milk.
Zero Gone win age pretty good.
You know, you've got Dominic Reyes.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I'm more talking.
Yeah, well,
sorry,
he fucking
not
lost to
Also,
Like,
I did not say that. The guy before me said that.
I'm not saying you, but like, you know, people saying, you know, like your wins need to age well, blah blah blah, and then, you know, we look at, you know, the Reyes win, the win, or, you know, like taking Anthony Smith 5 rounds, split decision with Santos, and it's like you look at where these guys have gone. Smith is fucking terrible. Reyes is getting knocked out by everyone.
Don't you talk shit about the GOAT, Anthony Smith, Anthony Armadillo Smith.
All right, listen.
Hell
I know it's
yeah.
gonna sound like major cope, but like, just hear me out. Do you really think John Jones like woke up in the mornings like, I can't wait to train today to fight Anthony Smith?
Oh,
Like,
fuck off.
Bro,
I know that's. Listen, there's no
Joe
way he
Rogan
gave that much of a
bro.
shit, bro. There's no way he cared that much.
Okay, hold on. That's 50-50. That's 50.
And also, he literally won every round.
No.
Like 3
That
points
is
deducted.
valid. Okay, you guys both have valid points. Bromo is valid for saying that's a Joe Rogan outtake. You're
Yeah.
It
also
is.
valid
I'm
for that
acknowledging
because
it is,
that
but
was
I think it's kind of true.
right. But
Bro.
there is some
That's
degree
his
of
fault. That's Jones'
of
fault.
validity to that because everybody
I
in the
don't think so.
fucking buildup was literally Anthony Smith is a fucking victim to John Jones.
Yes.
That was the consensus at the time. He is a victim, and he did what he does best, and he just fucking 2-on-1 wrist control, you know,
Yeah.
curled up in a
And, like,
ball. He didn't
okay,
even fucking train.
Big, I
Yeah,
know
he
it's
didn't
kind of a
even
cope,
train.
but like he
Train,
literally
guys.
didn't.
Fuck Joe
He
Rogan.
literally
Fuck
probably
Joe
did not care.
Rogan.
He literally probably just like got up at like midday, like 12 o'clock, like hit the heavy bag a little bit.
bro. He never trains. All he
That's
fucking
his
does
fault,
is
though. That's
party
his-
and shit.
No,
That's a
bro,
sick
be
narrative,
real.
bro.
Do you really think he was like, yes, I can't wait to fucking train by Anthony Smith?
I mean,
Bro, it
I
doesn't
think,
matter.
I
It's his
think,
fault. I'm not
I
saying it's
think-
like-
Don't train. Like it just makes no sense. It's just like a narrative that Joe Rogan made up to
Yeah, it
glaze
is. Well,
Joe-
I
John
think-
Jones even
You can
more.
say that like
I'm not saying
he's
he
not
literally did
training
coke
as
and, like-
hard. Like you can say that his
Yeah,
training
okay.
camp for
Like I'm just use Gone. He probably like trained hard for that fight.
yeah, he probably trained
compared-
hard as
I
fuck
agree.
for that fight because it's up a
compared to
division.
Anthony Smith.
Solidify him as the GOAT in his mind, you know.
Yeah,
And,
but here's the
and then
thing, though.
Anthony Smith.
Here's the thing, though, right? Rogan says this though about
Rogan is a
fucking
retard, like,
Dominic,
nobody-
Rogan has this take about Dominic Reyes though too, and it's like, why would he go? Why would he like you know like he's just bored in there, guys. He was bored in there against
Bro.
Dominic Reyes. That's
He's
why
not
he
bored,
always
he got
goes
his
to
ass
lose
whooped.
fights.
Gotta be the stupidest take I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's probably true though. I'm not even.
Oh.
I'm not even.
Yeah,
He
but
did
why
not.
would he-
No,
I think
he did
Islam
not
is
get
the GOAT,
bored
bro.
against
Man,
fucking
no.
Reyes and get his
Dude,
ass
no
whooped
one
for
knew
3
who the fuck
rounds.
Reyes was
This is what I'm
before
saying.
that fight. He was like,
He was
"Oh, it's whatever."
undefeated. He was the next fucking guy up.
No one cared who he
Nobody
was,
knew.
though.
What are you
When he
saying?
loses-
No,
he
dude, I'm
loses a
telling you
fight
right now.
because he
He's like,
didn't
"Oh, he's
train.
undefeated."
It's like, bro,
John at that time, it's like John Jones like, "Oh, there's another just random guy for me to defend my belt against." I'm not saying it's an excuse because like
Oh,
I'm
I
shit.
saying
did
the
think
majority of
Jones was
MMA
wrong.
fans viewed him as a threat to John Jones. You can say Jones didn't, but majority of
saying
MMA
Jones
fans were
didn't.
thinking,
I'm
"Oh
saying
shit."
Jones didn't. And I'm not saying that
I
makes it like
guess.
excuse, but I thought he
Bismarck,
lost.
Bismarck,
Yeah.
what do you think about low kicks and the
I
steel
think you
cup?
should probably have like steel cups, and you should probably like there should be no rounds, and you should have
What
fights in football
move did
stadiums.
John Jones invent
Yeah.
at 37?
Oh, he invented the
Legendary
spin
spinning back kick.
He invented.
Didn't even fucking train.
He didn't
Okay.
train.
I'm not saying he didn't
fucking
train.
train.
Listen, bro. Okay, you're all gang raping me right now. Listen,
Sorry,
listen.
Well,
All I'm
pause.
saying, will you at least
No
admit?
Jones, bro.
Great. Okay, no Jones. Will you at least admit he probably did not give that much of a, and it's not an excuse because he still like had the fight and that's his choice. He probably was not like
Yeah,
that motivated.
I
to
okay,
fight
I'll
Thiago
concede that a little
Santos
bit,
and
but
fucking
then that's
Anthony
his
Smith.
fucking fault for getting his
It
ass
is.
then-
I just said.
bro.
I've said multiple times that's his fault,
Yeah.
and I don't even think Jones is the GOAT. I think Islam is the GOAT now.
It's just perspectives wise. Is anyone in 10 years going to look back on the Dominic Reyes loss and say, or arguable loss, I guess, and say, well, he wasn't even training? It's just
No,
one's
they
gonna
won't.
think about that, you know? It's
Right,
just-
but
it's just a
nobody's even
nonsense
gonna
narrative.
think. Nobody's even gonna think about that. They're gonna look at the green check mark
Yeah,
next to
Exactly,
his
that's
name on
true.
Tapology, and it's gonna be John Jones beating an undefeated guy.
yeah. Eventually,
I
it'll
do
just be
agree. I
forgotten,
do
and
agree.
it'll just
I
be
do
remembered
agree.
as a win.
Like, hold on, and I'm sorry to. I don't want to be this guy, but it's like, we're fucking doing that shit on this show right now about Jose Aldo.
We are.
We're talking shit about Aldo. We're talking shit about Ortega. Who's gonna give a fuck about Dominic Reyes in a few years? He's probably gonna get chinned by Johnny Walker, and we'll all forget about him.
Don't you ever say that about
Also,
Dominic Reyes ever again.
I will say this. Not only did when John Jones beat Dominic Reyes, we know who actually broke him later on. It wasn't a John Jones thing. It was a Yuri Prohashka thing. And that's why. That's why. Shit now. Yuri took his soul.
Let's go for that.
Yuri took his fucking soul. Real quick, I want to talk about this, Bromo. I'm going to get the fuck out of here in a minute or two. Just real quick, I want to touch on a couple things before I bounce, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, man. Go for it.
All right. First and foremost, I want to touch on this John Jones subject. Touch on it, whatever. The Brandon Vera fight was clear. It was apparently watched by Jeffrey Epstein. So let's talk about that. He's an Epstein guy, okay? But realistically, John Jones slander is fine in terms of you could say he's a piece of shit human being. You could say he's a steroid cheat. All that fair game. Have at it, right? But if we're talking resume, let's look at it. And I'm going to go up this list real quick, starting at a point that I chose to start at, which is Ryan Bader, a guy that went on to become a Bellator champion. Mauricio Shogun Hua, the champion at that point. Quentin Rampage Jackson, an all-timer Hall of Famer. Lyoto Machida, a champion. Rashad Evans, a former champion. Vitor Belfort, another Hall of Famer. Chael Sonnen, whatever. Gave us one of the best fights of all time with Gustafsson. Glover Teixeira, who went on to become a champion a decade later. DC twice. That's fucking crazy, guys. And then I know the Stipe fight doesn't.
He beat him, bro.
Nobody's giving him credit for the Stipe win because it was old man Stipe, still potentially the heavyweight GOAT and a Hall of Famer. So when it comes to like accolades, you can't argue John Jones. Then I want to go back to the Volkanovski thing. Again, just I think a crazy hill to die on, and I'm happy. I felt like nobody here was like dying on that hill like I assumed they would. You're all kind of giving Volk his credit, but you're being nitpicky, and I'm totally cool with that. I think we need more of that in the MMA space, more people willing to dig into shit and, actually look into what fights meant. I just want to say, look back, like just look at what the wins mean at that time. That was important. And then final thing I will say, Bromo, again, I mentioned Yuri's the reason that Dominic Reyes is broken. Not John Jones. Yuri Prohashka follows your boy at V107 MMA on Instagram.
Just how good is Ryan Spann?
As should you. Follow me like Yuri does, and then like and subscribe, V107 MMA. We fucking break shit down over here, Bromo. And did I tell you how accurate we are on picks?
You haven't yet. Go on.
Oh, I haven't told you how accurate we are. 2 years in a row, over 70%, putting us in the top 1% of fucking MMA people picking fights on YouTube. Follow your boys at V107 MMA. Promo, I got to get the fuck out of here. I love you, brother. I might be wrong. Nice seeing you as always. The rest of you fellas, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Follow, subscribe. I'll be back.
All right.
I love
you. Have a good day.
Man.
Go and subscribe to 10-7, guys. If you listen, he is very good at picks. He actually picked genuinely Juliana Pena to beat Amanda Nunes back in the day.
That's a
Okay, that's dumb luck. I'm sorry. Ain't no fucking not a single goddamn soul.
Basketball across the court.
Hey, listen. You could call it dumb luck or whatever. The
result is still the same.
Oh, God,
True, but that is an insane prediction. But I mean, I'm calling it insane, but he was fucking right.
And we have back. Zappa's back.
Yo,
back again. Guess who's
what's
back?
good?
What's up, Huden?
Yo, I gotta say one thing. First of all, it's awesome that Yuri, the great Yeti from Mongolia.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Slavs are white. You are a Huden. You do not get to tell me.
Yeah, and that's why I own you, buddy.
Slavs are
Aryan. You're from Mongolia. Yeah, no, Slavs, buddy.
Yeah, they are.
You're from Mongolia, dude.
All right, just whatever. Move on.
We saw the picture. That he's from your YouTube channel. You're Mongolian.
I don't.
Right, Zappa, do you ever take on the topic, or are you just going to come in and give fucking business?
Wait, what's the most recent topic?
I'm going to own this little.
No. Buddy.
He's my biggest supporter.
Buddy, shut your boy ass now. All right, sit down. All right, good.
Silence.
All right, buddy.
Volk is so good. Volk is so good, guys.
Buddy,
Volk is very good.
Yeah, but where does
Yeah,
Kevin
I
Lee fit
actually have ties to Czechia. You know, you guys know that. I'm a Czech. See, I actually
No,
have ties
you're
to
not.
Czech.
You're fucking
Yeah,
Jewish.
me too. Actually, my great grandfather served in the
Count
Czech
based in
army.
Tel Aviv?
My
Not fuck Tel Aviv.
my
Oh,
great
that
grandpa was a good guy. Okay, he did not do anything crazy. He was a great.
guy.
Listen,
Dude was probably the guy.
listen, right? I've got to run a steady show here.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly.
Right, sorry.
Talking
My
about
bad.
Volk.
You
We're
know,
talking about
the people don't want to.
Talking about Volk.
Unless it's Zappa versus Persian, ain't no one trying to hear some fucking screaming match, all right?
Yeah, sorry. I
Look,
forgot the formal stream.
What do you make of? Because obviously we're all talking about John Jones, and obviously straight back to Volk. You know, people are criticizing. Well, people have criticized. You know, John Jones like past few wins were like Reyes, Smith, and Santos. But they still call him like the great, like obviously the GOAT and this and that. And I know it's because of his past wins as well. But even with Volk's worst wins that people don't rate, you know, like Yair and Lopez.
People forget, man. Darren Elkins.
Darren Elkins.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Volk is still making his worst wins, all right, look pretty comfortable and dominant, whereas Jones's worst wins were pretty shit, really. And I know you can say, well, he dominated Smith. It's like, yeah, but he took him to 5 rounds, split decision with Santos, robbed against Reyes. What do you think about that?
I know you guys are kind of ganging up on Bismarck for this, or the awesome guy, but let's be honest. Okay, so Volk gets up in the morning, right? And he's thinking, let's talk about his fight right before
Typical juice
let's
stealing
say
my analogy.
before Cyril gone. Let's talk about his fight before Cyril gone, right? He's like, oh shit, I gotta fucking win this heavyweight title, works hard, does all these sparring rounds. I think about it wakes up for Anthony Smith. He's like, it's Anthony Smith. Probably fucking does like 10 minutes on the bag, a few BJJ and like MMA sparring rounds, calls it a day and like just sniffs cocaine. If we're being honest. That's what happens. You think he got up in the morning and was trained? He barely trained for Gustafsson. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
First of all, his girlfriend, and she probably deserved it. Now,
whoa. Right,
Wait, I never considered this. My bad.
You can say what you want about Jones not caring, or you know, about his opponents or whatever, right? But my point is, all right, people still rate John Jones as this like elite guy, even though he turned up to fight supposedly. Let's just say that he did turn up to fight and he didn't care, right?
I don't think John Jones is part of the GOAT.
Well, yeah, no. Well, you might not, but other people do rate him as.
Yeah, but that's the thing about other people. Other people are retarded.
Let's just say that Jones didn't care, and all he did was wake up and party, and go and beat these guys. All right, whatever. Sure, it doesn't really matter because that's how he performed. What I'm saying is,
no, I agree.
Volk is still beating his worst wins convincingly and dominantly, whereas Jones isn't doing that. That's kind of my whole point.
I actually think it's close. I think it's actually close.
Volk has actual legitimate like asterisks. Like you can't talk about John Jones saying, "Oh man, he didn't want to wake up in the morning." Volkanovski in the second Islam fight came in
but why not?
week's notice, coming off of a surgery. He was fat. He was depressed. He was like addicted to alcohol. Like, bro, those are actual asterisks, you know. And he was a featherweight.
Well, that's actually why I don't take that away from him. That loss, I never even think about it when trying to think about his resume.
That does not mean that much, in my opinion, either.
I don't
That's why I don't add it to Islam's resume either.
For Jones, my point was like Jones's asterisks is he wasn't training and stuff. That's not.
Okay, but here's the question: if he's not training and then he goes out and has performances, we could say, well, I mean, again, I do agree at the end of the day that Jones, that's not his fault. That's why I don't consider him the GOAT, because he had all these performances which weren't great. You know, I do think he beat Reyes, but I don't think it was a great performance. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, I agree with you. I think Islam's a GOAT, and then number 2 is Ilya.
Oh, Ilya's number 2? Ilya's number 2?
Yeah, I'd say Ilya number 2.
I got Volk at number 2.
Resume?
But we can all agree GSP is not in the top 5.
Yeah.
No, he's top. I think he's top 5.
Actually, he's maybe like 6.
I got him at like 5.
Yeah, he's
I'm sorry, bro. I got Ilya like top 7, maybe. top 8. But
Okay. Let's see what
Ilya's wins are
wins.
such good quality, though. That's the thing.
That's
Do you think?
That's what I'm saying. So hear me out. So Ilya's quality is absurd. Don't get me wrong. The 3 best back-to-back wins of all time. We've never seen him. We've never seen anyone do Volk, Max, and Charles back. That's just crazy, right? But
And the way he did it too.
The way he does it is dominantly as well. I agree. But it's just he doesn't have the quantity yet. Give him 2 more good wins. He's gonna get great wins.
But why don't we keep talking about quantity? What is GSP's quantity? Jake Shields? Like that's his quantity
Yeah, that's kind
and
of what I'm saying
quality.
too. Like
Jake
I know
Shields.
I know. Like listen. I'm not that harsh on GSP because like he did beat the best guys available to him at the time.
Of course, yeah.
But that's just like you can't really. I mean, you can. I guess what I'm trying to say is like it's not his fault that he can't compare to Ilya's resume because the guys back then just simply were not as good as now.
That's
just how I view it.
Okay, so what is GSP's best win? What is GSP's best win?
GSP's best win is probably one of the BJ Penn wins.
Oh, you want to say Matt Hughes?
Or Matt Hughes as well, yeah, one of those two. But
what's Matt Hughes' best win?
He has really good wins for the era, like obviously the best wins of the era by far. But he also has a lot of quantity. Like you can't talk about.
Okay, but like what is quantity? Dude, Michael Johnson has quantity.
Yeah, Michael Johnson has quantity, but he wasn't a champion. He doesn't have like championship.
Okay, but
Michael Johnson
don't become better
against like the bad versions of fighters. You know,
Michael Johnson's win over Dustin Poirier is arguably better than almost anything GSP has. If we're gonna be honest.
I don't know about that.
I mean, who's better than Poirier? I know Poirier was kind of a tadpole, but like, who's a better win than Poirier?
Who's better win than Poirier? Maybe BJ Penn and Matt Hughes. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm saying again.
That's 2 wins. Okay,
You don't think Matt Serra's an elite win? Are you smoking crack?
Dude, that Serra knocked out GSP in 1 round. Dude, that Serra knocked him out.
I was joking.
It's not GSP's fault.
Okay,
He literally fought everyone that he could at the time. It's just kind of like my personal, like, kind of harsh worldview. Like, that's just how.
He didn't. He fucking ducked Anderson Silva. People forget this.
I'm not the biggest GSP.
He arguably ducked Whitaker and Yoel, but you could have been tired at that point.
I think in MMA recently, like we have this kind of.
He ducked Khabib at lightweight.
Era, and it's like.
Yeah, facts.
I 100%. Like I have that inclination myself, but I think you have to view what people did just as much for their era as like.
Why?
When you combine it into the.
But that's not how GOAT lists work.
Yeah, no, that is how they should work as well. It should be like a 50-50 split. I don't think it should just be because, of course, like when a new generation comes, because MMA is such a young sport, right? When a new generation comes, the wins are just going to look better. So you have to be able to kind of.
I have a question for everyone.
Okay, that's why we don't look at Fedor. That's why we don't look at Fedor as like top 10 anymore.
In 30 years, do you think we're going to be talking about Islam as the GOAT or like anywhere
in 30
near
years,
the list?
I probably won't be watching MMA that much.
That's a good question. I think MMA is evolving. It's past its point where it was evolving super quickly, but it's still evolving really quickly. I think we're gonna go like one more generation of like quick evolution, and then it's gonna start to taper off. So I think it's.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We're still gonna be having like 20 years from now. We're still probably gonna have Islam top 10. I think, in my opinion, something like that. You know.
So I don't know. I actually don't know.
I think so because I think his resume is going to age well over time.
But I think you might be right that like we're finally seeing like this is what an MMA fighter looks like. We kind of see the well-rounded fighters coming in.
Yeah,
I see your point there.
It's starting to solidify. You know, it's not there yet, but I think after like a good solid generation, like I think we're going to start to see it taper off a little bit. And it's gonna.
I think that's when the average champion becomes Ilya, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think when no glaze for like the Western countries or anything, but right now, you know, obviously the people in Russia and those countries are dominating the Caucasus Mountains. I think when people with better resources than them start at the same ages as them, like right now, there's a lot of kids getting to MMA right now. Once we see these people with the great resources that they have and they're starting at the same ages, we're gonna start to see it level out. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree that eventually. I don't know if it's going to come from them, but I do agree.
If your average American trained at like fucking from birth, I 1,000,000% think that they make it look like Horiguchi versus fucking Tagir. Like they would fucking put belt to ass.
I mean, there's a reason,
I have a theory that all Dagestanis
train in America. Like Islam trained.
Here's my thing. I think that
Islam was a fucking
Dagestani
Hispanic
fighters
race.
are breakable as fuck, but you just have to be good enough to break them.
Exactly. Yeah, you just need the base that they have.
I'd agree.
They've
Dude,
been training for
DP,
so long.
DP had the will, and he kind of. I know Islam had staff, but it is DP, and when DP just had that will, I don't know. Islam was kind of folding at moments.
I mean, he was
He
getting
folded
tagged.
against Volk in the 5th round.
Yeah, he did against Volk.
That's true, that too. And honestly, people are talking about like, oh yeah, let's just forget it. That was a 49-46 for Islam. Yeah, let's let's think about that one more time. Are we gonna say that Islam having his back for 3 minutes while getting his face popped? Like, are we gonna really say that's Islam winning? I don't know. It's hard for me to say.
I mean, it's like technically, yeah, but like everyone really knows like Volk was top
Yeah,
shot.
like that's not a win. I can't do it. I can't call that a win. If you're not doing anything, you're getting your face like constantly punched. I can't call that a win for you.
I do
Right,
think
so just sorry to interrupt, Sal. Just real quick, who? I believe it's who was in here first out of Sal, and I might be wrong this time round because it's time to rotate.
I have no clue, to be honest. I think.
Oh, Sal, can I just ask that one thing? Are you like a big? And I'm not shitting on you because I think this guy's the alpha troll. But do you think? Are you like a big Lucas Tracy watcher? Like I can tell from the lingo you're.
I like Lucas Tracy. I think he's my favorite MMA.
I agree with you, dude. He's a fucking alpha troll, and he's evil as fuck because all his things end up being right. Like GSD, that ended up being right, dude. This guy's a fucking alpha troll.
Dude, like Lucas has a way of like making his shit takes become reality.
Exactly.
Know?
Like,
Dude, Rufy, right? Rufy was a shit take.
Lucas Tracy is the Gamrot of MMA YouTube.
He literally is. He's a scammer, bro.
Dude,
like
the
he was
Rufy?
glazing BSD when BSD was objectively fucking shit and like had terrible defense. Like, he just has a way of making his takes become reality.
Like Rufy, right? People were like, his Rufy take was shit because Rufy was shit, but then Rufy just knocks out Faziev. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Wolf
has said, LMAO, it's very obvious that he's a
Yo,
Lucas
can I
fan.
say something real quick? Wolfuel.
Hey.
Get in here, you Sephardi bastard.
Yeah, Wolfie, you fucking 11% Jew bastard. Get on.
I'm just saying, when the next Lucas Tracy GOAT list drops, do not be surprised when you see Benoit on there.
Dude, honestly,
Bro,
like,
listen,
let's be real, Lucas Tracy's GOAT list is gonna become reality in like 10 years.
Lucas Tracy's goals aren't even that bad too.
They're not that bad. They just have like.
I don't know. Armin
the
at
first
like
one was such
15
rage
was
bait.
insane.
Okay, is Armin not above Fedor? People are coping, but is Armin not above Fedor? Are we gonna pretend
No,
he
he's
isn't
above
above
Fedor.
Fedor?
I think Fedor's shit. I'm sorry.
But that's why people. Dude, I remember this like idiot. Cause that's why I don't watch the videos. Bedtime, right? This absolute retard. He was like saying like, bro, you put Volk above DJ? Yeah, you retarded. Duh.
Come on, man.
Dude,
you got it.
I like Bedtime. He's a chill little bogan Australian. But
how
could you not? Okay, let's be real though. I know I'm supposed to be like the Volk is overrated, but I feel like I'm defending Volk more than anything. How is Volk not above DJ, bro?
There's no way he isn't.
We can all agree on this because that's because DJ is severely overrated.
Yes. I think DJ does have the opportunity to be carried by the fact that like Horiguchi and Elliott, if they keep like having insane success, it's like, dude, he was like whooping up on these guys.
He fucking subs Kai Sakura, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's an amazing That's aging well for DJ. I see. Oh my god, dude. Henry Cejudo is his best win, and that aged like shit.
So do all you guys rate Volk above DJ then?
Yes. 100%. No,
you gotta be smoking crack to not.
Yeah.
DJ's outside the top 10. I'm gonna say possibly.
Is that quality of wins or
just quality? His quality's not even that far behind. To be
quality and quantity, quantity's right there too.
They have similar quantity.
So who do you think? Yeah. So who do you think Volk's best win is compared to DJ's then?
I'd say Volk's best win is Max the third time, which is just undeniably better.
I would agree with that, yeah. But I would say his Islam fight, his first time, is arguably a better performance in a way.
No, he didn't win. If we're going strictly based off wins, though, it's got to be Max the third time.
Yeah, Max 3. I don't think anyone would disagree with that.
Would you rate Volk's loss to Islam higher than DJ's best win?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
He moved up a weight class to fight the biggest, scariest lightweight ever, who's also probably
when DJ
really
fought Cruz, it wasn't even fucking competitive at all.
Yeah, he just got
Oh
suplexed
my
like
God.
every single round.
Because DJ is a super small.
Like, yeah, fair enough. He
That
was like
the smallest
undersized,
flyweight.
but again, it's Dominic Reyes. You know, come on.
DJ just does. He gets carried because he's a shit ton of quantity in like a really weak era of the flyweight division.
And because Joe Rogan's absolute
yeah,
piece
because
of
of Joe
shit.
Rogan, and because Joe Rogan. This guy,
Bro,
DJ,
this guy's flying armbar, dude.
armbarring people.
Is that not just
That's
another
like-
case, or is that not just another case of you've just you can only beat who's in front?
I know
And-
DJ did what he
But that's the sad fact of
That's
reality.
fair,
That's the
but
sad
that's just
fact
how
of
it is.
reality.
But
That's how it
here's
is.
the
Like,
thing. Here's the thing.
yeah,
It's
and
not
things are
DJ's
how
fault.
they are.
I think you got to.
I mean,
I think now
he kind of ducked Pantoja.
kind of just go all. We're like all focused on the current era of like wins are better than the past, which is always just going to be true probably until a certain point
I'm gonna
of
be
the
honest,
sport
though.
is touched. Like, but I just think like at some point, like if you want to discuss the sport in a more objective manner, you have to kind of sort of look at like with what 10-7 was saying with like perspective and stuff. You kind of have to look at what the fighter was doing for their era while also considering
Why?
the fact that some wins are better in the current era. Like it's just you
But
have to
why
consider
do
both.
we?
Why?
Why?
Because,
For
like,
what reason? We go off who's the best fighter they beat. That's it.
I think that's fair, but I also just think it's an easier way to discuss the GOAT list because the GOAT list is already
What do you mean easy?
nuance based and everything in general. But
And it's becoming less nuanced. As like it's like it was little nuanced for a time when you had all that stuff. Like, you had Islam going up and all that. I think it's kind of like settling down now. I think people are beginning to accept that like Islam's the GOAT and that
I want to say
Jones
something.
on the way out.
I know I said that about DJ. I actually
Yeah.
do think DJ is like a lot better than Pantoja.
oh,
Despite all that.
you
Not
might-
maybe not a lot,
Here's
but
the
I do
thing,
think he is.
skill wise, I
let's be
agree.
real.
But I think
Steve
DJ
Irwin-
gets bullied
let me
around.
say
I still
Let's
think
be real.
Pantoja would beat him in a fight, though. I'm not gonna lie, prime for prime, Pantoja probably beats him. Not to say he's
Maybe in a fight, yeah. But I just mean like legacy.
fight,
Like
Like-
DJ,
I agree.
DJ's wins are like the same level as like Steve Ursa and Kaya Sakura, if not a little bit.
I agree.
Ooh,
And he has,
that's
like,
actually
10
kind of
of
true.
them.
I agree.
And he has,
But
like,
here's the
10 of
thing.
them.
I don't rate the
DJ
Asakura win at all. Asakura was such a shit. win.
That's
I know, but like
That's
that's like
fair.
that's like
Can
the
I also-
same as like his fucking who's some random guy he beat Ray Borg. Ray Borg was probably better
Yeah,
than
but-
Sakura.
but like are we
Can I
like
say,
what's a better win?
Elliott's actually good though. Like the Kaya Sakura
No.
losses were
You're out of your goddamn mind.
That's one of
No, the
DJ's
Tim
best
Elliott-
No,
Gotta
Tim
be done.
Elliott is
DJ's
pretty
best
shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like
Tim
was
Elliott
coming up-
has.
he wasn't even coming up a
You know
UFC
what's-
win. He was coming up at the Ultimate Fighter
Bro,
victory.
that's one of DJ's best wins, bro.
You know Tim Elliott has a losing record in the UFC, right?
Does he actually? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Negative record.
I just I'm
Hey,
talking.
listen,
Did you
listen.
see his striking
Tim Elliott-
versus Sakura?
Oh, listen,
What the
Tim
fuck was he
Elliott-
doing?
Old man Tim Elliott submitted Kaya Sakura, who was like one of fucking Pantoja's.
And he was trolling the entire time. He was
I
trolling
know,
the
he
entire
was fucking
time.
around the
I
first
agree, yeah.
round.
And he was coming off of like, it was like 500 days of no fighting.
I just think with Kaya Sakura, it's unfortunate because those are probably his two worst matchups in like the top 15 of flyweight.
Bro, if you're getting
Dude, if
submitted,
Tim
that
Elliott-
by
But,
if
like,
Tim
seriously,
Elliott-
I'm not trying to be a Kaya
If Tim Elliott is a nightmare matchup, you cannot be considered a good win.
Hey, Tim Elliott.
If Tim Elliott is a nightmare matchup for you, you are CM Punk. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
that's-
to the UFC.
that's low-key a fucking bar. But like, listen. Like, who else did fucking Pantoja beat, man? Like, he's good, obviously.
All right, Moreno's a good win. Come on, Moreno's actually a good win.
Moreno's a good win, but like
Kai
Moreno's
Kara-
probably like
Kai Kara
equivalent
France.
to Cejudo, I would say.
KKF is a good.
I think
win.
Royval's actually a pretty good
Listen,
win.
Kai Kara
I
France
think
is
Royval
a
is
tough out
an
at best.
insane. And Manel Cap. Look at Manel
Yeah.
Cap.
Yo,
Yeah, Manel Cap's done
never
good.
mind. His resume is actually better than DJ. He literally outstruck Manel Cap and didn't shoot
Dude,
takedowns.
bro, he fucking beat Manel Cap, bro. He's
He
fucking above
outstruck him.
DJ.
He out fucking struck him. He didn't even take him down.
Bro, our shit is DJ. You can pass his fucking record by beating Manel Cap.
When- Yeah.
I just think, DJ, what carries him is just sheer quantity. Like, he does have a lot of wins. He has a lot of back-to-back title defenses.
What does that matter? Dude, like I said, Michael Johnson has fucking quantity. No one talks about him in top 20.
I agree with you. I'm just trying to lay it down. But, like, Pantoja, he's with 2 or 3 good wins, I think you could clearly, like...
I think if he
inarguably put him
gets
over
past
DJ as
Van
well.
in a rematch and then
Uh-huh,
like defends a belt
What?
twice more,
Tyra,
then
Tyra is really good.
yeah, Tayra and fucking Cop again, then he's
Oh,
over.
yeah,
he's over
clearly the
DJ.
GOAT. He's clearly the GOAT.
What? Why is he not over DJ now? Am I like missing something here?
It's close now because you can kind of nitpick Pantoja's current wins in this current era.
Can you
I'll say
nitpick them
this,
more
I'll
than you
say
can
It's
DJ's?
really close.
In
I
my
still think it's
opinion,
close.
they're tied right now on the flyweight goat.
I just don't
That's
see.
fair.
I can
That's
see
fair.
that. I can see that.
I can't
DJ's
agree.
Slightly above. Just like I think one or two,
How?
I think because it's just the sheer quantity. I think one or two.
Pantoja has the same quantity. Pantoja has the same quantity. It
I
just
know,
is in
but
title fights. And there were more than 5 people in the division.
I'm saying the dominance in his era as well. Like that is something that you can't really argue.
Yeah,
Pantoja was
I'm just
also
talking about.
not
Pantoja
like
Glazer,
that
bro. Pantoja's
dominant
my
over
second favorite fighter.
Moreno.
I'm just saying. I'm talking
That is
about
true.
when you can say inarguably
He also told me for a sec.
all time, probably like 2 more wins, like 2 more wins.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if he beats Joshua Ben and Tetsuro Taira, in my opinion, he's the GOAT of flyweight. And then Cop is just extra.
Cop
just
cements
extra
it.
stuff.
Cop
I
would
mean, be honest, though, outstriking Cop is like a really good win.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Manel
Yeah.
Cop actually shot and got more takedowns than Pantoja in their fight. I could be wrong.
No, he did. I remember.
Despite-
I remember looking at the statistics. He
despite-
shot more than Pantoja.
Despite Royval being on a bit of a skid right now, I still rate Royval as a win.
I mean, he only lost one.
100%
Actually, no, he lost 2.
He lost 2 times, right? But dude, he is like, it's, you know, the memes on fucking Instagram that Tony Has Died has. It's like, oh, Brandon Royval, if beating all the #1 contenders was a championship or like a sport or whatever, and it's fucking DJ holding up the belt. That is Royval. If Pantoja was not in the division, Royval is the champ right now.
Cop, Joshua Van.
He just got knocked the fuck out by Manel Cap, so no, he literally isn't.
Hey,
I just think,
Bro,
if-
your
if
delivery is
Pantoja
so
one or
fucking
two good
cruel.
wins, and he's just like, bro, he's clearly over DJ, you know?
Right, so just real quick, guys, just real quick. I am going to call it in a few minutes, but I just want to get, just to end, Game has put in his top 5 GOAT list. I want to know what your thoughts are on it, just real quick, and then I want you guys to give your top 5.
Let me get Spindors there.
And if Volk isn't in that top 5, where would you rate him? But just real quick, we've got number 1 John, number 2 Silver, number 3.
What the fuck?
Whoa. It's Fedor there.
Retardation, bro. Beta retardation.
It's Fedor there. Wait, hold on. Finish.
fuck is
Is he top 5?
Whoa.
Okay, repeat the list.
Is he?
Repeat the list.
Is he?
Is he, bro?
It's on the screen, bro.
Oh, I want you to say this list without
can't see it.
laughing. Say this list
Dude, I can't
without
see it.
laughing. You
Right,
know
so
what I'm talking
hold on. Right, let me read it out for let me
read it
read it out for Zappa. So it's number 1's John Jones, number 2 is Anderson Silva, number 3 is Habib, number 4 is Izzy, and number 5 is GSP.
Okay, the second you said Silva at 2, you already lost me.
about? Dude, Izzy's
crazy.
number 4 of all time.
Izzy at 4?
Is he number 4
Izzy
of
at
all
4
time?
is actually, I'm going to be honest, Silva at 2 is just as bad as Izzy at 4.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
they're both
Yeah.
horrible.
What about Habib there though? What about Habib being there?
Khabib
I mean,
is
You know what? That's really shit, but it's actually the best take he
At
has.
least Habib is like.
I think that's the
actually a good
most.
fighter all time.
I think that's either GSP or Khabib is the most valid one in the list.
GSP, you know, I can kind of accept the GSP one. John, that GSP is the only one I can kind of see as true. That's it. I don't agree with
I
any
have
of the
Habib.
other.
I
There's
don't know
a
The criteria is like, why is fucking.
There's the criteria.
Silva,
I'm a
Khabib, and
stupid
Izzy
ape.
there? Oh,
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh, dude, that didn't sound
cool,
good.
man.
that did not sound
Izzy
good.
has
Right.
has the least dominant title reign. I think we could have possibly.
I'm an absolute tard, and I was winning against Tom Aspinall, and I fucking lost it because I hooked him. That's what the criteria was.
I just think Izzy's just he's over.
Izzy at fucking 3 is or 4 is insane.
That's just crazy.
Is he anywhere in the top 15 is insane.
Izzy was
Silva anywhere in the top 15 is insane. Get the motherfucker out of top 15. Okay, Silva's not there.
So with that in mind, all right, Vex wants to come in just before we end for 2 minutes. All right, that's fine. I'll let you come in for 2 minutes. But before we get into it, I just want to get your guys' top 5, or just some names and just a brief
Can I go
explanation
first?
why. Just top 5. We'll go in order. So I'll go Bismarck first. Who's in your top 5? And also, where would you rate Volk in your list if you had to?
I would say number 1 of all times, probably. Like, if you want me to be for real, I'd say Islam's probably number 1, but you could put Jones there. I'd say number 2 is probably Jones, but those two are kind of interchangeable. 3 is probably like fucking Alexander Hernandez. Number 4 is Lerone Murphy.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Number 5 probably Kevin Holland if we're being unbiased. Actually, no, number 5.
How is
Number
Yuri
five
not
is-
in there, bro? How the fuck is Yuri?
Yuri-
not in there?
Number 5 is Yuri, bro. Easy.
Yuri's like number.
Yuri's
six.
above number one. He's above the GOAT list.
Above it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like it's so beneath him, he's just above it. You know.
He's not
Wait,
even-
who's number 3? Who's number 3 and 4? Was Alexander
It was-
Hernandez and who?
Yeah, and then
Give it
Lerone.
up.
Lerone. Oh, number 5 is Chris Duncan, obviously.
No, that's
All right, Sal.
they're kind of close
Sal,
though.
let's hear. All right, so Sal, let's hear yours. Top 5.
Okay,
Let's go.
so obviously outside of Yuri being the GOAT, undisputed, I'm gonna go number 1, Islam. I think Islam's done enough to honestly be the GOAT of the sport right now. I got number 2, probably John Jones. I got John Jones number 2. John Jones. I want to just reiterate that take really quickly. I don't want to go on a tangent, but I don't consider the steroids as bad as like a lot of other people do. Like I think majority of the sport is on the steroids.
Wolf Fuel, they're natural.
Performance enhancing.
They're natural.
Wolf Fuel sounds like your Mongolian eyes.
I'm not.
I have white. I do not have Asian eyes, bro.
I just.
There's
Oh my God! Look at you.
Hold on.
Wait, can you throw
Oh,
anything for us?
let's finish his GOAT list.
Sal's giving his list, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
All right, go on.
But yeah,
Go on, Sal. carry on.
I'll just put Jones there. I don't really like the guy. I hate him honestly, but I'll put Jones number 2. He has a good resume. You can nitpick it a lot, but whatever. I got number 3. I'm gonna go Volkanovski, man. What can I say? I'm gonna go Volkanovski number 3. Okay, don't kill me. I would like to make a case for it at some point, but I'll go Volkanovski number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go. Shit, I had it in my head. Volkanovski.
Leon Edwards.
Get the fuck out.
Oh, very smart man once said Dan Edwards is the go.
Yeah, a really smart analyst.
I low-key forgot my number 4. But number 4.
Marab.
Yeah. So Marab is probably number 5, and then I got GSP number 4. I think that's
Fair
it.
enough. Right, Zappa, let's hear your
Yeah.
top 5, bro.
All right, so I'm not going to include Alexander Hernandez, Chris Duncan, or Lerone Murphy in this one. You know, obviously,
That's a
because it wouldn't be
hot
fair. Because it wouldn't be fair. No, I'm not including because it wouldn't be fair because they all go squad number 1. Now, so Islam's number 1. I'd agree with that. I guess I'd put. You know what? I'm actually going to probably put Ilya number 2. Then I'm going to put Jones. Then Marab. And you know what? I said he was overrated. Maybe in a Lucas Tracy context, I said he was overrated. But I think number 5 would actually maybe I actually put Volk. Might actually put Volk there. Either Volk or you. Yeah, either Volk or Jan, maybe.
All right, and good noodle.
I'm not putting Jan. Dude, I was fucking trolling. Jan fucking sucks ass. I'm not putting that motherfucker anywhere in your top 5.
All right,
Are
good
you guys
noodle.
ready?
Let's hear your top 5, and
I
then
have some names on here that I don't think any of you have mentioned, and I'm honestly quite disappointed.
Okay.
All right, number 1, the GOAT, Kevin Lee.
Not a bad
Oh,
pick at all.
shit.
Number
Not
2,
a bad pick.
Ally Quinta.
He fought
Number
Khabib. He
3.
went 5 rounds, bro. He went 5 rounds with
Will
Khabib.
Choke.
5 rounds, bro.
Number 4, Blood Diamond. Number 5,
Okay,
Damir Hadzovic.
Yo, bro.
Yo, that's a sleeper.
Well, you forgot the Tom Levy, dude. Where the fuck is the Tom Levy?
Oh, I forgot.
CM Punk as well.
He owns
CM
the
Punk.
list.
John
Well,
Silver's
CM Punk
up there for
is
sure as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, well, on that note, I want to thank you guys for being in.
Oh, no, no, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
So just imagine, what if Natan Levy and Ari Emanuel were like locked in a room by Guru and Joey, and they just ate a bunch of chili and they just farted inside the vents? Well, what would then happen, in your opinion?
What? What?
Right. Okay. So imagine, just imagine Ari Emanuel and Natan Levy are locked inside a room, like a nice airtight room, and then you get like Joey
Does it
and
have a
Guru to
wooden
eat a
door
bunch
on
of
it?
chili. It's an airtight wooden door. Yeah. It's yeah, it's a wooden door. And then you open up the vents, right? And you get both of them to like just fart, like they're nasty chili farts, like fresh, nice chili farts, just inside the vents. What would that happen in your opinion?
Well, it depends. Is the door of the chamber made of wood?
Sure.
Oh shit.
Then nothing had happened then. It's fine. because you could just
crazy.
leave.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
no.
Oh, come on, guys.
They had to take 6 million breaths to survive.
6 million, bros. Hey, it's at least
Hey,
271.
Oh my god, my bad, fucking low. I can't think that was good.
Patty Pimba only lost to Gage because as I got poked 271k times.
Yeah, dude, that's the
That's
reason.
the only reason he lost.
All right, well, thank you all. I am going to kick you all out now. It's been
Patty did better
pleasure.
just for you.
Hey,
It's
before
been a pleasure.
I
It's
want to
been a
make,
great stream.
before you start, can I do one more thing?
Go on.
I want to make a Logan Paul apology video to Persian over our misunderstanding.
Fuck Persian.
You
Fuck
can
that guy.
beep it if you want.
I
Persian.
still own Persian.
Let me do the Logan
Dude,
Paul
did you
apology.
see that? You saw that shit. You saw Persian like muted himself when I was there. You saw how he was like wasting his time talking to me in the chat because he was so ass mad.
Listen.
He's like saying, "Oh, this motherfucker,
Well,
I own him." Fuck that guy.
Persian's a grown
Jews own
man.
Iranians.
Well,
Jews fucking own Iranians.
Persian's a grown
Let
man and he's a
Bismarck do his
pussy.
thing. Let Bismarck do his apology.
Okay,
Because I
bro,
need to go to
because
bed very soon.
I know he cared enough to go to my
Like-
old streams and get a photo of me for his profile picture earlier. And I just want to say I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Bismarck,
so
you are my
sorry.
hero.
Logan Paul is my hero.
All right,
Oh,
guys, peace out.
I can
This
really
was fun.
take. I can
Right.
sense the sincerity. All right, thank you guys.
Just like as
I'm
sincere
going
as
to.
Logan's.
I'm going to kick all these guys out. Thank you all for joining the stream. By the way, I'm going to do more open panel stuff. So if anyone wants to join the panel in the future, just come in. Thank you all. I'm going to
Alright.
kick you all out now.
Thank you,
for
peace.
having me.
All right.
I'm
Next
going to
time I'm
get-
gonna shit on. Next time I'm shitting on Punisher. Though. I'm not Punisher. I mean, next time I'm shitting on Persian. All right. Thumbs off.
All right, peace
All
and
right,
love. Yuri's the
goodbye.
goat.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right, so I just want to get, just real quick, Vex has got a hot take that he wants to share, and then I'm going to call it because I'm tired, okay? So, Vex, what is your hot take right now?
What's
Let's
up?
hear it.
My one hot take that I wanna say is that Sean O'Malley is the most overhated fighter by fake hardcore fans, and he clearly won the fight against Jan 2 rounds to 1. MMA fans always bitch about no control, damage over control, damage over control. I rewatched that fight countless times. He won round 1, he stole it in the last 30 seconds, and then he won round 3 based on damage, and I think it's clear.
I mean, Bismarck thinks you're talking facts. I don't know how you say this one. He thinks you're talking facts. Salmo says he'd love to debate you on O'Malley versus Yan. Oh no, wait, no, Salmo actually he agrees with you on that one. I mean, I maybe I have to rewatch it, but initially I thought Pure Yan won that fight. Maybe I have to rewatch it, or maybe I'll change my tune. But yeah, anyway. Oh, hold on. We have some more people joining. Hold on.
Oh,
right, real quick. We'll make it quick. We have Victor in here, and also Vex. Oh, maybe being the most overhated. I get that because he's not really done anything wrong. He's just kind of done what the UFC have wanted him to do. You know, and I think if any other fighter was in any situation, they take that shot as well. You know, with the jump up in the rankings and the undeserved title shots, anyone would go for that. So I guess overhated's right. But anyway, Victor is here. All right, and Persian's here. All right, I am literally going to give you guys 10 minutes because I need to go to sleep because it's nearly 11:30 p.m. Okay, so here we go. Diddy Mode and Persian. What do you want to say? You both have. We have 10 minutes, and then I'm calling it. Let's.
Persian, you are a fucking retarded faggot. This is what I came here. And I'm not here to talk about Volk, bro. I missed you, you fat motherfucker.
I miss you too, bitch. But hold on, I didn't join here to talk to you. Hold on, but it was good. It's good seeing you, bro. But hold on, bro. This fucking ugly, fucking sick fuck. What's his name? Zapper? Bro, that's literally Lost Souls burner, and I know it's him, and he's acting dumb as fuck. You know why I know that? Because his voice, and he literally agreed to the fact that Jones beats Aspinall, and I remember y'all made a debate disagreeing with that heavily, and this fucking idiot This fucking inbred fuck literally looks greasy as hell. And then Good Noodle want to suck his dick in the back. Talk about, I don't know what he said, but you're a bitch too. And then Bismarck, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You're just mad I called you out because you were literally defending your boyfriend, fucking Zapper. All y'all could do is just talk behind a camera, bro. Like that's anybody could do that shit, bro. But yeah, bro, because these fucking losers just want to rage bait me. This shit's actually annoying, bro.
I mean, look, Persian, I mean, my advice would be just don't react to it, man. But I mean, well, that's just how it is, I guess.
I'm not gonna say I'm mad. I'm just like, goddamn, 3-4 people coming at one person. Goddamn.
Pause. Hold on. Pause. But yeah, well, I do agree. Yeah.
Maybe try
I
saying
mean,
less
makes for entertainment though.
retarded.
Makes for entertainment, I guess.
Maybe try saying less retarded shit, and people
bro,
wouldn't
dude,
screaming at you
my
so
takes are,
often, bro.
dude, my takes
Maybe
are
try
retarded.
saying something smart, like
Because
now and again.
no, because listen, Zapper's a hypocrite, bro. He be saying the N word like ER, and he says he's a big fan of Lerone Murphy. Like, how are you gonna say slurs like that and then
What did he be
be a
saying, nigger?
oh my god, yeah, bro, that's what he said, bro.
Just be careful. All right. I don't want to get told off. All right.
I'm just,
Don't be getting me
how could
told
you
off.
say that?
I
How could you
didn't
say that
slave
word?
anyone.
How could you say that word and be a fan of a black featherweight, bro? I don't
I'm a
get that.
fan of Kanye West, and I say the word. What's the problem?
No, I'm talking about Zapper. I mean, that's what
Well, I think we need to
I
set
think
up
we
at some point,
no,
right? We
fuck
need
that.
to,
Fuck that inbred. I'm not doing a debate with this
no, no,
fuck.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying you and Zappa. We need to go back to OG Bromo and get a Persian versus Victor going. You know what I mean?
I'm down for that. And then Zappa
Yeah,
can sit
remember
Okay?
when you ran from
out church
pound
to the
for pound
kids, the
number one
virgin.
all time, John Jones versus Ilya Topuria? Remember that time,
Yes, that
little
was
Nick?
supposed to be a debate, wasn't it? You and Victor were gonna go who's pound for pound all time, Jones versus Elia. I do
Wait,
remember
who
that.
did I have? I had Jones, right? And then Victor had oh, hold on. Someone already said that Ilya's already number 2 in the GOAT discussion. Bro, listen. I think it was Salmo or whoever it was. Whoever said that, you're actually retarded as fuck. Listen, I'm a fan of Ilya, but already having him at 2 is crazy. He's only beaten Charles, who like let's be honest, bro. Charles, he's nice, but and then Vulcan Max. Like, bro, that's not enough. That's
Why are
clearly
you
not enough.
backtracking like a bitch, bro? You shit on Ilya at every opportunity.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I've been a fan of
Send
him,
your
but
basement.
nah, bro. I've been a fan of him a little bit, but not as much as these people talking about he's a GOAT, saying that he beats Islam. Bro, Brahma, I don't know who you picked before or Victor. Who'd you pick for Islam and JDM? But I know the odds were 50-50. I picked Islam and you saw what happened. Pure domination. Like JDM did not win one round. And you mean to
What I
tell me
will say is, I remember the last debate you guys had. I believe it was Ank versus Alex Pereira too.
bro,
Oh, you got
listen, that's the
fucking
listen, bro.
pounded at the debate, bro.
Listen, it's
You got
1-1, bro.
fucking bodied at the debate.
1-1. Why? What was the first debate?
It
No,
was
I'm saying,
Makhachev
no, I'm,
against Topuria.
no, I'm saying
The fight
what?
didn't even happen.
No, I'm saying it's 1-1 as in Ank is 1 and then Pierre is 1.
Oh, okay. Right,
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If they fought again, Ank would be a slight favorite, or it would be a pick 'em fight. It'd be a pick 'em fight.
Here's a question. Here, wait.
Bro, you're
Here is
only
a question.
laughing because you're Brazilian. You
You
have to
were
rep your
fucking
country.
dumb that shit. You were the dude got
Right.
knocked down in 1 minute, you fat
Right.
motherfucker.
Can I just ask you guys
What?
something real quick? Hold on. Right. Let me just ask you something real quick. Persian, who have you got for Holloway versus Charles?
Okay, here's the thing. I think who do I like more and who do I want Charles to win, but I think it would be best for the division if Holloway won. Just to add some mix up to it. Because if you think about it, if Holloway wins, that would set up perfectly for a #1 contender fight versus Armand if needed. Because if Charles wins, what are they gonna do? A 5-round fight between him and Armand? I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know. I feel like low key, statistically, I think Holloway would win, but I'm rooting for Charles
Well, obviously, Victor's going to pick Charles.
because he's Brazilian, bro.
No, bro, because Holloway have never faced someone with jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Charles took down Gamrot, picked him up like a girl. shoved him on his ass and submitted him. You think he's not gonna do the same with Holloway? Are you stupid?
So you think you're telling? So no, hold on. You think he's gonna submit Holloway? That's fucking dumb. He's
Wait,
not.
You
wait,
are
wait, wait, wait,
fucking
wait, wait,
dumb.
wait, wait, stop. The reason why I ask is because I say, why don't we set up a debate on fight week?
Well, here's the thing. I'm rooting for Charles, but I think Max wins. So I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can root for the guy, but I mean, if you don't want to, then
I mean,
then it's
I'd
fine.
be down. It's just I don't know if I would necessarily be a good option for debating for Holloway. You know, but I'd be
Yeah.
open to it. I'd be cool with it.
Well, if not, I mean, we could find something more. Anyway, I am going to go to bed because it is now 11:30 p.m. and I need to be up early tomorrow. But thank you both for joining in. Briefly, and join sooner, Victor. You know, join sooner, and we'll try and set up something. Try and set up like a debate or something soon. Real quick, who have you guys got for Lerona Murphy? Or
Okay.
Lerona Murphy, Lerona Mobzar. I know Persian's picking Mobzar. I know
I
that.
got him up there too.
You got Mobzar too. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Right.
Fucking hold on. My bad. Like, I know you want to go to bed. Trust me, I know. I get it. Just let me say this one thing. This fucking idiot thinks Larone's gonna knock out Mavzar. Listen, I'm a fan of both. I'm not gonna repeat this shit again. It's gonna be a decision fight. It's gonna go to decision. It's not gonna be a finish. Watch. Just watch. If anybody wants to put money on it, literally don't even pick on who's gonna win because it's gonna be a very stylistically good match. Just pick that shit to go more than 2.5 rounds. Easy money, literally.
Yeah, probably. I don't see a knockout, to be honest, but who knows? Right, well, either way, thank you guys, and thank you everyone for joining the stream. Thank you all, everyone that joined the panels. I'm going to do more open panel stuff in the future. Not everything's going to be an open panel thing, but I am going to do more. So thank you all for joining. Thank you, Victor, for showing us your lovely hairy chest there. It's beautiful. I mean, god damn. All right, I'm going to kick you boys. Thank you, both of you, Persian and Victor. I can see Bismarck and Sal waiting, but I'm sorry, boys. It is 11:30 p.m. I need to be up early tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed. Thank you all for joining the stream. I'll do another stream sometime next week regarding, I don't know, something, I guess. A video coming soon if there's anything to talk about. All right, thank you all. Goodbye. See you later.